Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of Downtime in the Hangar, where we talk about all things GBO2 and tangents sometimes. Today I'm joined by Gustav the 13th
Yep.
and Gaming Emblem.
Hey guys.
So, how was your guys' last week?
Eh.
Um, yeah, pretty good. I mean, like
Yeah.
it's a week I've still been doing job posting stuff myself and working on trying to stream. I've been having like minor enough hiccups. I don't know what it is about over here, but the internet doesn't like to cooperate a whole lot. I'm not really sure what to make of it, but everything else is fine though. I'm living and able to stream and do other stuff. So it's been pretty good so far.
Yeah,
Nice.
I actually had some internet issues yesterday. Thankfully, after my stream, it was like sometime in the morning, and I was having like DNS issues, and I ended up having to restart my router. But at first, it looked like there was just a massive outage and like a huge chunk of the Midwest for our cable provider. So I was like, okay, maybe it's something like that. But then I tried that, and that was all right. I got lucky there. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be here today.
ISP issues, no.
For real though, like I've been hearing there's some like big streamers too who have some spectrum issues as well.
Spectrum's had a really
Oh
rough
man,
year. Holy shit.
yeah. So today's well, it started yesterday, and it would be like one little hiccup here and there. So I've definitely had the hiccup problems this past week. But have you guys been playing anything anything new?
Oh, I would say, oh,
Battle Hop.
the
The
usual.
usual, yeah. More Yakuza. How's the Yakuza going?
It's going good. We're almost done with Kiryu's real estate stuff. So we'll be moving on to the finale after that because there's a open-ended mode. So I can move on to like Majima stuff from there.
There you go.
That's the big thing. And then once we're done with that, we'll finally start moving on to Kiwami.
Yeah, that's the one I've got. And then I saw that they have Zero up at they've got like a sale thing going on
Yeah,
at
because the collection
GameStop.
came out recently.
And yeah, so they had like a sale at GameStop for that, and I was like, so I could play Zero on the PS4, and then so it's like they got like a 5 for like 20 deal or something, or 4 for 20
Mhm.
deal if they're under like $20 or something like that.
Yeah, apparently
So
that's the thing too. So like 0 through Kiwami 2 I can do on PC, but if I want to continue from there, I got to go on the PS4 at least for now.
yeah, that's kind of the bummer with it, but yeah, as far as the only thing I've been doing is grinding some Path of Exile challenges before the league ends.
Mm.
Which I found out I had a week longer than I thought I did, so that was pretty nice. So I get to be a bit lazier with that. Um, and what'll happen is I'll probably wait till the last few days and be like, I've got to do this in 2 days. And then if Tarkov doesn't swallow me, that is. But and then like I've got 2 days to do it, and then I'll just like yeet all my currency, sell all the gear on like one character, and then I'll be like, okay, here's money, give me the challenge. Somebody will do it for me, and I'll get it done in 2 days. That's normally how it goes.
Mhm.
But so that is the benefit of making multiple characters and keeping all their gear. You just sell it if you have to.
Right, just collateral.
Yeah. But
I feel you there though. Too many games and not enough time. Battle Op like takes up all of my time.
well,
Sometimes.
yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do Battle Up, and then I'm gonna go straight to the challenges. Oh, 400 cost is up. Yeah, I get the Barrage.
Pretty much.
10 games later. Oh, that's 80 minutes.
Yeah, I definitely lose track of time. I'll be like, I'm just gonna do dailies and then play Tales of
Yeah.
Innocence or something, and then next thing I know, it's like 7 or so hours later. Like sometimes Battle Op can be fun,
Yeah,
crazy
it's a
as it
good
sounds.
problem for this game to have.
Yeah, I'll dare it.
Why is it so fun? But yeah, I'm gonna try to do Tarkov and stuff. But other than that, GBO2 wise, I've just been doing trying to get the guild or the guild clan, whatever it is, same thing. Clan missions done, and I made the stupid mistake of forgetting that they put military time in the game. So I saw 11:59 PST,
Mm.
which is noon, not midnight. And yesterday it was like they reset at reset, and I was like, no. And I about made another video because I've been having like 3 or 4 bugs, so I've been tweeting like bug videos at them, like fix
Yeah, you guys
this.
are having some weird shit yesterday.
So yeah, my stupid. You know what? I'm gonna bring that clip up. Hang on, we have the technology, but for real though,
Welcome to
like,
Downtime in a Hangar, the Tarkov podcast, guys. Glad to have you
No,
here.
no, no.
wait,
This
Tarkov?
is a GBO2.
No, this is
Oh, I thought you
GBO2.
were still talking about. I thought you were still talking about Tarkov. Like
No,
you're
no, no,
talking
no,
about
no,
No,
no.
this
This
is
I'm
during
talking
his stream
straight. Yeah,
yesterday.
yeah. I've been trying to get the clan missions done in GBO2. So we've
Gotcha.
been
Okay.
rallying together whoever we had on just to get the wins and rival wins and stuff. And straight up, just like my suit. Did you see the video? I think I linked it in your chat.
Uh, was it the one you posted last night
The where my draw C just
where I
got
got stuck on the
where
rock?
somehow got stuck on the rock way over there when it would spawned in. It spawned on the rock essentially somehow.
Yeah, I saw that one.
How, man? How in the world? Hang on.
And then there was
Saw
that
it at
other
the right
one
time.
on that ground map where you just couldn't have your suit drop at a certain cap point.
Okay, it's
You had to
muted.
go all the way to another one.
Oh yeah, yeah. Then I couldn't. Yeah, I had to go to another thing. So I was at C on mountain, and I had to go all the way to there we go. But I had to go all the way to it. But yeah, right. But yeah, I'm showing it right now. So I hit the button, I hit circle, and then it's like up in the air, and I'm like, wait, where's it at? So I flew back down to the point because I'm like, okay, wait. And then I finally was like, let's go to it. So, and somehow it's on the debris getting carried, yeeted out of the map pretty much, like much farther, and I wouldn't have been able to actually get into it. Like the funny part is I had to kind of like move sideways and then forward just to like get it off the debris because I think like no, it looks like we got a bit more to the edge of the map, but there was something weird going on there.
I almost wonder what would have happened if it had been carried off of the map by that debris. Or I guess it can't leave the map. Mobile suits aren't supposed to be able to, but what would have happened? It would have sort of crushed your mobile suit
Oh
between
my
the visible
god.
line and the object.
EG Magnum's mobile suit has been disabled. What?
By the map.
By the map.
Yeah.
Like, what in the world?
Top player on an enemy team map.
But anyway, so yeah, other than that's pretty much my last week, and then so I was tilted by the game, I was tilted by me being stupid, and oh man. But we got down to needing 1 token. I bought 1 token so that I could do my 10 spin. Got a Medea, and then we got 4 Gao carriers that drop silver boxes.
Maximum tilt.
I was just like, okay, time to get into a game. I hope I get to Dom Barrage. I'm gonna take out my frustration on somebody. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Negative.
What happened?
Oh, no, something okay.
Yeah,
Do you
we're
notice the
having
goose
a
bump?
little echo.
Does it happen when I talk on your end? I don't notice anything on my end, but I know whenever you're talking, Magnum, I can hear a little bit of an echo.
Echo. Yeah,
I heard it just now.
it's weird.
That's weird. Is it just
Hello?
on your stream then? Because it's not coming through the call.
I can hear it like through my headset. Do you not notice it, Gustav?
No.
Interesting. I definitely do.
Hmm.
It's actually been going on for the podcast in here.
Yeah, it's been kind of faint, but yeah, I think we're good. Ish.
It'll probably pick up once you when you like raise your voice about
Oh
something.
yeah,
you'll
yeah.
see it
That's
go
what. Yeah,
loud.
when I get really excited. Yeah, there we go. Oh well.
There's something to troubleshoot later. Let's keep going.
Okay, but yeah. Anyway, that's
Curbing
pretty much
enthusiasm.
been most of it though. Like that. So yeah, did not get the full custom. But speaking of which, what do we think now about the full custom? A week later.
That seems good to me. Disgusting.
Yep,
Oh,
pretty
sorry,
solid.
full custom. I was thinking of the Hangar custom. Sorry, let me bring myself back in. The full custom seems all right. I definitely think that it's gotten worse with the release, and every support has gotten worse with the release of the new thing. But um, I don't know. The full custom isn't spectacular.
No,
It's
it
nice,
was
but
it was kind of middling even when it came out because like it had the face against the Shiki, and it's using mostly beams unless you switch over to the shotgun.
yeah,
Yeah.
playing in like the higher cost matches, you definitely notice that the explosive reactive armor is pretty much is damn near worthless. Um, enemy supports and like sometimes campers will get affected by it, but I'm not saying it's like terrible by any means. It's nice and maneuverable, which is good for support. Um, but it's not crazy either. But I mean, if you want to, you like the melee side of it is just it can almost be considered like a bonus. Because I mean, generally most of the time what I'm doing with it when I play it is I'll cannon somebody with the twin cannons and then just follow up with a beam shot from the beam rifle that you can equip on it. And I mean, the damage is if you hit both cannons and get a shot in, I mean, you do pretty decent damage. I'd probably say like somewhere in the neighborhood of like high 4 to like mid 5,000 damage, depending on who you're hitting with a standard combo. So seems all right to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
My only question would be, how's the shotgun feel? Like I've seen some people in customs like use the shotgun, and it's been like they're hitting some. I'll see one striker hit some awesome numbers, and I don't know which one's using which on the enemy team, but I'll see one have like some really good numbers every now and then, and a lot of times that's when there's two that are one's using a beam, one's using a shotgun, and I'm just like can't figure out which one's the one like hitting the top score.
Yeah, I mean the heavy rifle can hit like 3,000 plus with that charge shot.
Yeah.
It's definitely nothing to sneeze at.
Right. I think if your team is able to, protect you and help let you get in there, you're probably going to do higher damage on a shotgun. um, just because you can cannon or even follow up. The cannon shot hurts, and the shotgun blast just you can get a good few blasts into somebody before they stand back up, or even if it's just in a situation where you're just blasting at them, like the damage is there. I think mm, the shotgun might be a bit higher DPS wise, but I feel like the beam rifle is like way more reliable and consistent. Um, even in a situation where you have it to get rushed down by raids, um, like it may kind of have some purpose there, but just being able to blast a general line with a 1-2 punch is pretty good. So I don't know. It kind of weighs out. I wouldn't mind seeing gameplay of it where they run the shotgun the hold off raids and I guess just front line with the rest of the team or something. But I could just see them kind of getting singled out and picked off without the shotgun being too relevant, or at
Mm.
least they can stay in the back of the other option. But I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna. That's how I was gonna run it, was with the shotgun if I got it, because I've been
Mhm.
like I said, so far I haven't really pinpointed which one's the most successful, but every now and then I'll see one have a high score, and normally there's two on the enemy team, and I'm just like,
Right.
what
Yeah.
what did you do? And I mean, I wonder too if they are using the shotgun and they're actually pulling those numbers with that, if it's because they're from Japan and they're like perfect connection kind of thing going on, because that's a lot of times with the shrapnel bazooka, and that's kind of how I feel when I play the G line assault though,
Mhm.
is like I feel like I'm aiming right at the guy, and I'll just see like 88 damage, and I'm like, what, you know, and like, so on my end it looks like I'm hitting the guy, but on the server's end not so much. So I
Yeah,
wonder
you're
if,
scraping them.
yeah, so I wonder if it's one of those things like that, And I mean, and that's server stuff, which you kind of have to, sadly, that's just something you got to play around and figure out how to play around. So I just wonder if some of these high damage numbers is coming out of the shotgun, only it being, a Japanese player that has like a good connection compared to what we have. So
Just shoot them in the legs while on the ground. They can't latency dodge water
there you
picking
go.
themselves back up.
Unless they're a true lag type, then they just go invisible, and then you never see them.
I had some people teleporting on me earlier. That was a little much.
Always fun.
But yeah, overall, I think it's pretty cool. I guess we'll see more if the shotgun really helps, but so far it hasn't seemed to be like the general bully that I thought it would be. I haven't seen anybody using it like that though.
At its cost, I mean, you're gonna be hard pressed to bully generals. They'll just the Mark II would just look at you and be like, Lamau, you don't have a shield or any protection. Bang, and then they just go at you just like they do
Yeah,
anybody else. Honestly, in some cases, you're like I compared the suit to a blue. Personally, I think it feels very much like the blue cancer cannon and the blue full armor. But I mean, you lack the protection that they have. Explosive reactive armor isn't it at that cost. You need maneuver armor probably. So they should just give you both. Honestly, I don't think it'd be a crime to give the G line full custom maneuver armor. It'd definitely help it out a lot.
I would have said it would have had a better chance at 450, and then unfortunately this week happened.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
the striker custom pretty much just like makes it.
And it has an instant shot beam rifle because it's using the GM2's rifle, so it's like good fucking luck. This
Yeah,
thing doesn't even have a shield for some
Yeah, it got
inexplicable
nerfed.
reason.
Yeah, give it a shield, give it maneuver armor, and maybe the striker custom will have a little bit of trouble killing it. But right now,
it is
it's
crazy,
just
dude.
fodder.
Yeah, like I will say the lack of shield on the full custom is kind of one of its like I thought for a minute with the look of it that it might have like high defense stats, but its stats aren't really that defensive. And
No,
it's
which is
pretty
weird because
big.
that's the whole point of it.
Yeah, like I was expecting like GM because it pretty much has the GM Cannon 2's
Setup.
like um cannons. So I was like, "Oh man, it probably has like we got another thick support. Let's go."
To be fair though, this
But
is like a modular suit, so it's kind of mimicking the cannon, but it's not as heavy as the cannon.
but I would like to well, I mean the GM Cannon 2 has like what 29 in its like ballistic and beam resist.
Yeah, I
And
think it's
then
dummy thick.
yeah, like it's crazy. And so I was expecting at least 20 in both on this thing, right? Just to kind of compare. But I think aren't they both under 20?
I'm not super
Have to
sure
roll
for the
this
two.
look.
But I mean
I mean, it should have decently better stats. Like, what's the level 1 GM2? Is it a 450 also?
I think it's a 400.
400, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's not necessarily the case, but or it's not always necessarily the case. But you would think with it being a 50 cost or 50-point base cost higher, that the stat line would be better, if not comparable, especially if you're not having a shield, unless they decide to go in on HP. But I landed level 2, so it's hard to make a comparison between the suits for me.
Oh no.
Although I guess you just
Yeah.
directly compare it to the level 2 version of the GM2.
Yeah, the level 2 I think is the one that has 29 on both the defenses. I mean, again though, I was kind of expecting something kind of close, but I mean, it's still a cool suit. I like that we've got some bully potential. I mean, the
I
way I
like that
kind of
it's in the game.
yeah.
More variety is always nice, and I'm sure someone will make good use of it.
Yeah, there'll be somebody who's going to be this will be their Dom Barrage probably at some point. Like and that's my thing. Like I know I kind of talked about this and touched on it last one, but finding your suit and finding what fits with you is one of the big things that like is a big deal in pretty much most games, and that's why I kind of like talk about this game like it's a MOBA a little bit, is because like for instance in League of Legends, I was a one-trick Aatrox, and then now that they changed him completely, he's not the same anymore. he's not my character. But like that's that character could essentially carry me through the game. So that's so finding any kind of suit like this that adds certain variety like that, it's definitely definitely welcomed. Even if the variety is 3 melee weapons, I guess.
Lookout supports. Yeah, pretty
Oh,
much.
man.
I'm actually trying out the shotgun right now, and some of these hits I'm doing like 1723 on like a stamen.
Yeah, I was looking at some of that, and I think that's some nice damage though.
Yeah, no pun intended. You can pump out some damage with a shotgun, but
So like I
You really
wonder
gotta be like pretty much
yeah, you
just
gotta.
push the barrel into their guts.
if you get 2 perfect shots, you stagger. So like what I could see is a raid's coming at you, and right there, that while they're boosting towards you, right? You just get that lucky walk forward, shoot them twice perfectly, and then you just straight into a downswing, then run,
Yeah,
and
you're
then
probably going for a 3 blast too. You just get the first one on them instead of to start them up, and then just pump them through for a couple of other ones.
but there you
But
go. That
yeah,
one
I agree.
on the Goog there, that was a 2, and then then you do
He made
like
the
either
mistake of crouch, like getting back up too.
yeah, and
I'm in
then
trouble.
you
I'm in trouble. Ooh.
Are you playing a real
Oh,
match?
that's the
oh, your
striker
legs.
custom. Yeah, the striker got
Yeah,
me. Yeah, because this is my third match for my dailies.
Are you in space?
No,
Oh.
I am on the ground.
space is
Yeah,
Everybody watching Space Dailies today? Get in there.
oh man.
yeah. I already did mine. I got lucky on the first and the second one.
But yeah, like pump 2 shots, knock down, run. I can see that working pretty well. I
Mhm.
mean, there's not too many other suits that have a like again the other one that I would say Dom Barrage. You just beam them because it's got a well no I just missile them to death. Really, if they're boosting from far away, missile them to death, boost in, and just downswing them, and then GTFO as far as you can and hope for the best. Like
No,
that's
if you're a real Chad, you pull out that shotgun and pump some lead into their legs, break their fucking kneecaps, and then challenge them to a duel. It's like, fight me,
I mean
Raid.
normally that is my option as a Dom Barrage, but it did not feel so good yesterday. I was like, okay, here we go. Boom, I got him with that. Now knock them down and then beam their leg and then Gatling as much as I could. And I tried, and then it got back up and was just like Demon Blade mode. Does it also get
Yep.
rid of the leg damage too that way?
I would
I
assume
believe
if
so.
you're trying to
Oh
blow out
my
their legs.
gosh.
I didn't pay enough attention, but it should.
Yeah, if it's the same thing as like Exam or Hades, then it's just like no big deal. Stab or punch or whatever. That's why I don't like fighting BD2s for real though. But yeah. But yeah, the shotgun though, I think that might be one of the big tricks it really does have to get in there. I don't know if you'd be the secondary support though in a 6v6. I think that's where the
I mean, you're
shotgun
pretty
really
much a
shines.
frontliner if you're on the
You
shotgun.
could go mid to close if you're
Yeah.
gonna go shotgun. I feel like I can do a little bit better with the heavy, at least just from what I'm doing right now. But you still have to mix it in with this suit.
Yeah. Just saying, with the beam rifle, you're pretty much long. You're pretty much all range.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which I
You
will
can
say,
tussle with everybody.
swapping
Like
back
you're
and
all
forth.
range, but you're also all beam. So like depending on what you're fighting against, especially if they have like type advantage, you gotta watch yourself.
Yeah, I
Oh
mean,
my god.
it just sounds like you're saying that Yakushiki could be scary, but I mean, at that point, you pretty much just need your team to help out. I don't I don't think the trade off is that bad. Honestly,
Ooh, that was pretty nice. That time you got the stagger with the shotgun. I mean, I might just be getting overexcited because I just saw a striker custom die, but
yeah, get the raid.
the raid. He's gotta die. But so anyway, I guess we can go ahead and talk about
Oh, ow,
full
ow, ow.
custom if you sorry, not the full custom because we just
The striker
the
custom.
striker custom. Too many
There's
customs.
there's gonna be a lot of that this
Ah.
week.
But yeah, but yeah, if anybody doesn't have any other thoughts, I like it. I think it's cool. I definitely want it. I'm really mad I got baited 4 times by 4 Gao carriers in a row of all things. I will
Just roll
say
3 in a row, lol.
I did get I got 2 weapons and then I got a G line light level 2 and a GM sniper 2 level 3. So I'm not a sniper guy, so rip on the second one. And then the light, I could probably make use of that.
Mhm.
So that's not too bad. That's not the worst. But so yeah, go ahead, Emblem. have some
Oh,
fun
good.
jumping up and down about the
It's awesome. Suit's really good.
this is your week.
Yeah. Raid weeks with powerful raids are like the best week ever.
And the worst part about being a support guy is like I'm like, man, I wish I had the full armor ground type. Yeah, whatever the newest general yellow was. So that
But you pretty much just like one touch kill supports. Like they don't stand a chance.
I could see, you know what, actually that's what I could see this week being. You play a full custom with a full armor ground as the actual support in the sense of it firing to do the damage like that.
Mhm.
And you're there as kind of like a brawling shotgun
That cleared
support
the
that's a
damage, by
general.
the way.
That
I
did
had a little
clear?
bit of leg and head damage, and it did clear.
Okay. Well then that thing is disgusting and please nerf.
Forever banned from
Yep, look out.
competitive.
Oh my
Look out,
gosh.
supports. We're coming for you.
For real though, I honestly with how strong it seems, I honestly feel like after the next ranked they're gonna be here's our balance changes. We don't like to nerf things, but the striker custom is gonna be nerfed.
Completely rendered useless.
Honestly,
No.
I think they just need to do something about the little knuckle punch, man. It's way too mean. Like, let me just do this again to show you just how nice it is. I'll wait.
Oh wait,
Like
is it
we're
not?
talking
Oh.
confirm into like knuckle punch, and you fly forward and get like a heavy hit in. It's ridiculous. It's like the damage is pretty high, and the exam mode with the demon blade form is pretty disgusting. But like, I didn't realize like the spike knuckle like takes the cake. It hits hard. Like the hitbox is kind of like short, but I mean the rush kind of makes up for it. Like I think the idea was that like, oh, we'll make the downswing do a lot of damage because you've got the hitbox the size of your fist, but like you literally like close the gap in a millisecond.
Yeah, in
And
space. Like have you used it in space?
no, not yet. I
Like
bet it's terrifying.
you go like you're like punch. Whee! Like
Oh, because of the momentum.
yeah, you just go flying. Like I got yeeted by one. I was like, "What in the world?" That's the downswing. I'm like, "No way is this crazy on ground." But yeah, you do a yeet punch, man. You're long range melee with that thing.
My favorite part is when you're like when you punch somebody like just at the edge of the hitbox, and you have that awkward moment where like you're just sitting there and it looks like it's not going to hit, but the last frame goes in, and it's like, like hit it with
Just
a
the
gentle
tip.
fist, man. Yeah, I had that happen on stream earlier. And I
Oh
punched
shit,
some
that's
guy. Just like, this is awkward. Boop. I was like, oh, we got it. Okay.
I saw someone do that before. I was like, what the fuck? It's still counted. And it has that that flash effect or the same effect that the heat rod does on contact.
Yeah, knocks out the radar. It's like a mean ass heat rod.
And I think what, heavy stagger on neutral?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can get countered, during the punch. By the way,
Yeah.
just be careful of that.
Make no mistake about that. This thing does not have any poses like that.
Man, I actually,
Could
you
you
know
imagine
what?
if they gave it the pose? It couldn't be interrupted.
Yeah, it'd be pretty silly.
I wonder if we're gonna start seeing a lot of Rick Diaz to try to counter this thing.
Just to DPS it to death.
Well, I mean, it has double tackle, so
Mm.
I wonder if that somehow we're gonna see like a slight shift to a lot of Rick Diaz.
I just want to see them start dueling against campers.
Oh my gosh, that would be crazy, dude.
Dodge roll will help out some. Like, actually having dodge roll on this thing during demon system is pretty neat. Mine's already down, so I'm just at their mercy.
Heaven forbid that you still fall on your ass in front of a Mark II though. Like that's still rip.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
the Mark II is going to go full in on you, unfortunately. But oh, it's Grandpa. I thought it was the support. It's like, oh no. But it's still gonna be a pretty sad day if you get caught.
Yeah, I feel like the
Oh, we hit him. Yeah,
team
so
comp,
nice.
like the actual team comp to go against this, as far as like people playing in, you know, rated, especially once it
Mhm.
hits. I mean, even 5v5 is having a full armor ground Gundam and using either if you're at wait, is the full armor ground 450 and 500?
450 and 5.
I think so.
I believe so, but I'm not sure. I
Okay,
have to
okay.
take a look at it.
I can look that up while
Yeah, I
I'm
was gonna
saying
say
this.
because I have one,
But
but I forget what level it is.
if it is 450 and 500, then pretty much yeah, so one of those plus a GM Cannon 2 or a full custom.
I'm not taking damage. It's like, what the
And
hell?
then you either go in and brawl with the full custom, you take the shotgun and you brawl with it so that you're up there with the team, or you take the GM Cannon 2 and you just kind of, well, do the normal support things just because it has like the most defense you can get.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's about the only way I see it, like a team comp against one of these things right now in rated or quick, wherever you're playing, would work pretty well. But that's also again relying at least on one teammate to be able to save the day. But then you essentially can
Mm-hmm.
go brawl with, if you have a support that can brawl, do that, which there aren't too many, so pretty much the full custom at this point. And then so use that and then have the full armor ground type be the like support essentially. I will say I get it confused every now and then that it's actually the support when I'm playing raid. I'm like, oh, there you are, support, and then I get over and it's like,
It's like, oh,
yeah. I think when me and you were playing Emblem, when we were doing the when I was doing my grind the other day,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, when you hopped in before you went and played, oh yeah, that was where you went and did the KFC thing. That's
I
right.
love you, Colonel Sanders.
Yeah. Okay, and it is 450 at level 1, by the way. So yeah.
okay.
But yeah, so like with like that, we both were like, wait, this isn't the support. Because I'm pretty sure you said, wait, that's not a support. And I was like, yeah, I just realized this right when we killed it.
At least it was already done when you realized, though.
But I think I was playing, I don't know if I was playing like the Noct or something, but I was playing some kind of raid. But yeah, that's about the only thing I can think of that you could counter it with, is anything that can brawl or have an easy way to break maneuver armor.
Heavy staggers would definitely help.
Yeah.
I don't know though.
Well, that's what I'm
I will
saying.
say,
Like,
I think the big thing that makes the suit like really good is the GM rifle 2 or GM2 rifle and the like GM rifle 2 demon system and the spark knuckle are just completely ridiculous, like totally bonkers.
Yeah, I was when I saw that it was another striker, I was like, what is the striker eye? What does it have? The GM
It
striker.
has the gland or the
The
striker Kai, like
space.
the
Yeah,
space only.
yeah. What does it have for a
Um,
primary gun?
It's
it's
like a
just
machine gun still,
yeah, it's just a bullpup, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of
which I
what I
think you
was
can run on that.
that's
You
kind of what I
can,
was
yeah.
expecting on this, and then I saw the
You
beam
got
and
the
I was like,
GM2 rifle.
"Oh no, why?"
Although, like, I don't know. Normally, I don't. I know I don't like machine gun play, but like, if you have the GM2 rifle, like, I honestly don't see why you would ever run the machine gun. Um,
No, there's pretty much no reason to,
No,
because you want that insta stagger so you can get in there and melee everything
like
for days.
like if you're trying to do it for passive DPS, then ultimately you're just playing that suit wrong. To be honest.
I agree. Because I mean, you pretty much need to be aggressive, stagger, hit them with your taser, and just go in. 'Cause even if you can't necessarily, like, you can lead in with the shot into a fist bump with the taser
Mhm.
and put them on a knee and just like go in on people.
Yeah,
That's
And
that's
one of the
again,
nicer
like, if you
things
set up
about the
right,
fist is that it's like because it's such a small weapon, it's not too easy to like fuck up your friends. As opposed to the downswing on the
right?
actual like arm blades, because then you're just it's two hits and it's on either side while you're advancing.
everyone's knocked down.
So yeah,
Just remember, you
so
have to
it
be right on
definitely
top of them.
excels at being more intimate and like sticking away from the main fight.
That downswing cleaves though. You just
Yeah,
got to be
Mm.
ready for that.
I love the
No
downswing on the
fruit.
dual sabers though. That's really cool. That's something I actually really liked from the Striker Kai.
Yeah, it's very proto in nature.
but man, that punch, dude. Full down. Yeah, either hard staggers or anything that breaks maneuver armor easy. Like,
Sorry, gun. Sorry, cancer cannon.
it
But you're gonna be
hurts.
able to have your way of people.
It hurts watching this right now. It I'm feeling pain for that cancer cannon.
But yeah, if you're fighting some kind of general and they use their roll up and you get at them, just like how the striker Kai can pretty much go full in on combo, or not strike. I mean striker Kai too, but the GM striker and the striker Kai can kind of like go combo-y. Like this
Mhm.
thing is just as capable. Like if you're fighting somebody and they use their defensive maneuver, like that's pretty much like the okay to just go full on ham.
Yeah, it's
3 different melee weapons to just try to figure out.
'Cause then
Have
when
you
I can set it
tried
up
the
right,
Naginata on that yet? Or have you
I
just been
have
kind of
it.
okay?
I I don't know. I probably need to play around with it some more. Like it still feels kind of awkward when I use it.
Mm.
Um, the besides the fact that you can, if on a flat surface, the downswing will miss a grounded target unless they're dummy thick. Um, it feels a tad bit more forgiving to me. So I've mainly been using it. I was supposed to go that way, but you can actually like set up pretty well on it. Like if you hit somebody with a beam stagger into a what you call it, uh spark knuckle, you can actually catch them with a neutral or something with the fist weapon, and switch to the secondary and catch them with a downswing just before they stand up. So you can output some serious deeps. It's pretty insane.
yeah. Yesterday, in that one game we played, I think you remember if you. Oh yeah, that's right. You were on my team because you were on
Mm.
your other account, and I was like, Emblem 1v1 me, even though I didn't realize you were on my team. But Anyway, so I ran at one and I was like, "Let's go, Dom Barrage," and I intensified as hard as I could, and then it stood up and was just like, pew, and like hit me, like so. Then it just went in with the daggers and like hit me, and then waited and then hit like 1, 2, and then swapped, tapped me with the knuckle, just knocked me down, staggered me again with the just a side and a swing, then swap back to I think the daggers, and then hit me like it comboed me so many times. I was like, what in the world just happened to me? I think I got
Yeah, don't
staggered
believe it
like
all.
8 times by the same suit. So I don't know if they were random or if it was somebody in the game that like that game. I don't know how many people when you opened it up or if you opened it up that last game that I played with you.
I think I did have it opened up.
Yeah, I don't know
Although
who it
that
was
first
or
time was
what,
kinda rough.
but like that person was doing the whole like stagger and then side swing stagger and then swap bop me and then I was hard staggered, and then he waited and then staggered me like or hit me twice for another stagger though, and then swapped back to
Right.
another weapon and then did another like full 3 hits knockdown and then finished me off or whatever. Yeah, it was like 8 staggers total that he just timed like,
Yeah.
and I was just like there was nothing I could do. Like literally nothing at that point.
Yeah, when you're caught, you're pretty much done, so
Yeah, that was like that's why I was just like, what in the world? Like I was so like even in the update video, I was just like, yeah, this is a raid stream. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about this. I was so I couldn't even put it into actual words like how terrified I was of the suit. Like this thing is raid this is perfect for raid players. I wish it wasn't in games.
Raids love it. Roll.
Raids love it.
Raids love it, that's all I gotta say. This will turn into like a 10-minute rant if I just start crying about it.
Full tilt.
Yeah, man. But that thing, it's gross though. It looks like a ton of fun to play. At the very least, it looks like it's a lot of fun.
It definitely is. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
I feel like they need to. I do feel like it does need a little balancing though. Maybe.
Nah.
Again though.
I think they bring the shock knuckle down some. Like that downswing is redonkulous.
I mean, from what I've been hearing from a couple of people and also in chat, is that the legs on the thing can be broken pretty easily, and even with like the level 3 leg part. So I'm kind of curious to see like again the ground type full armor that the beam that it has that you can shoot 8 times into somebody's leg and break their leg after like the quail. It broke my quail's legs after like 4 shots. So I wonder how fast you can actually destroy this thing's legs if you're playing against one of those like perfect aim players that always hit the legs. I'm actually kind of curious at that, like if that's actually a viable strategy against this thing, then fair enough. But then that means A, you have to
Right.
be a perfect sniper, or B, you have to be relying on your teammate to go for the legs as a general type. And fair enough for the people saying like, but you're relying on your team, you know.
That's a
It
tall
can be
order.
rough.
Yeah. So like there's like my best advice in that situation is try to put the raid in front of your teammates somehow. Even if you have to yeet and be on the front line. But that's about the only advice I got for that one. So, yeah, terrifying suit.
But yeah, really strong. It's good. Like if you're on the fence about it, like spend your time. It's definitely worth it for sure.
Definitely some high damage numbers being posted with this thing.
Mm.
One says there was
Oh, I can believe it.
180k after game damage with it.
Yeah, I can easily believe it. That thing is a literal monster.
But I think this is
Especially
one
when
of
you
the.
get away with stuff.
I haven't looked at Reddit yet. I haven't looked at what the storm on Reddit's saying about this suit, but I bet there is a lot of salt.
Salty.
Yeah, pretty much
Without a
anytime.
doubt.
I feel like this is like even a worse version. Like, and when I say worse, I mean like better version of the BD2 at this point. With
Yeah,
its
like Sub was talking about like, yeah, the BD2 is still there and it can't put in that work, but this is just on a different level with that
yeah.
output.
I think we found a replacement for 450 and up BD2. Essentially, that's what this suit kind of feels like.
It'll be interesting. The missiles definitely are pretty strong and so it's have a consideration. But yeah, I think the damage output and honestly how forgiving the suit is
I mean, the
probably does,
missiles
like you said, give it a bit of an edge.
missiles do get rid of maneuver armor, so fair enough. It does have that edge to beat maneuver armor suits, but it doesn't really have an instant stagger at all, unless you fully
True.
charge the beam. So
But yeah, I would probably say like in most cases you would probably want to run the striker custom over the BD2 because I mean they both have space specialty as well. Although, well, no, because then you just use a side weapon. Yeah, I don't even know. It's silly.
it looks gross right now. Just having your gameplay right now on that is oof, man. Every time you hit a support, like I feel pain,
I shudder a little bit.
and just a little bit. No, gun cannon now.
Run, gun
No.
cannon, run!
He had so much to live for.
Not anymore.
Like it swings for days. Like, can you? Okay, so can you melee with the like the daggers and then go straight into like the swords and then just go back to the daggers?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
My gosh,
There's enough down. There's enough time between each thing where like you could
you
pretty much
could.
switch in between them.
Wow, so that's what he was doing. Yeah, so they do have 3 swings on the dual blades too. So
Yeah, it has
oh
combo
my
Yeah.
controller too.
gosh. Well, I was hoping like they would have like a modified thing on one of those weapons.
No, it's for all of
Jeez.
them.
Nope, you get 6
Jeez.
melee, 7 if you include the spark knuckle.
Yeah, well, that's
You get
like on a
6 attacks.
support, definitely including that. So yeah, I think it was about 7 or 8 staggers that got like I got hit by. Oh man. Okay, well, I know what I'm working on. I'm working on figuring out a
And
way to beat this thing as a support. Here we go.
anti builds.
Oh man.
Yeah, at 450 and up, you're definitely gonna have to meta against the suit. It's too strong.
Trying out the ground kill gig with the rifle since they changed it.
Yeah, that's what I played that right before this.
Feels a bit
I played a
snappier.
camper.
So yeah, if we want to go ahead and hop into the other notes and stuff and kind of talk about what they changed with those. But yeah, I mean, final thoughts on the striker custom. It's gross. There you go.
OP.
I want it.
Please don't hurt me.
No promises.
So yeah, just bringing up the patch notes real quick.
Same. There we go.
But so yeah, we can go ahead and talk about the ground goo real quick. Also, they added a level 3 dodge.
Yeah. That's pretty nuts.
I mean, again, we have the striker custom, but hey, the dodge is still a really good suit. Like, I didn't realize the buffs were as good as what they were till that 400 cost clan match. There was like a dodge in every game. Like, or sorry,
Trying to get people to scoop.
the Dodge Caravan in every game. But yeah, I'm a hoop.
Why play the Dewaj when you can just play the striker
Infinite
custom?
melee suit.
Infinity, just straight up. What
Another
is it?
note.
What's its base cost? I think it's 400, right?
Yeah, 400.
The garage, yeah.
So I mean, it still has the place to be, just only one place now.
Yeah, pretty much. Kind of getting back to the whole comment of the level 1 is the best version of it, kind of thing. Yeah, I can kind of see that being a thing sometimes. I know. I also think level 4 though has a chance for some of these suits to shine. Try to say that at the same time. Because 4 you
I think
typically
it
get the
depends.
complex expansion slot 2. So you can actually get a couple of extra parts on, which can be a game changer sometimes.
I don't know. There aren't very many suits that get to level 4 though. I mean, we've talked about this before though. There
Yeah.
aren't that many suits to get level 2 though. It's very few suits to actually do.
I thought it was like there was a couple that didn't get the level 2.
I mean, again, I'd have to look, but I don't.
I pretty much I mean, speaking
I
as
would
a
say like
support
level
guy,
4 is not a guarantee for
yeah, it's
level
definitely
2.
not a guarantee. Yeah,
Yes.
we figured that much out. We know that's an actual thing, but
I know we talked about it, but I can't remember how many we determined did have it and didn't. But yeah,
I
it's not
think
like a
for the
surefire
most
thing.
part, most level 4s typically have, like, the weapons rack level 4 that didn't they just add that, or did they add the level
Mhm.
5?
I believe it's level 4.
Yeah,
I believe.
I think I got most of the weapon racks, but yeah, whichever level they added, I pretty much it has a complex too, quite sure. So, like, at that point, it's like, okay, well, does that really help it out that much? And in my opinion, no, just because I mean, you've already got like all the health you're gonna get out of it, so it's like, okay, we get to put an extra melee mod on it. Cool.
I guess.
You know, I
It's
mean,
trying. It's trying to get in
I
there.
guess you can put the leg. I might be able to put the leg armor on it now. Might be the only thing, which that's cool, I guess. But half the time, if there's a raid on me, I normally don't get legged as a support too much, unless there's another support fighting me. And then, I don't know. Normally, I'm almost dead when I'm legged, so it's like one more shot, I'm gonna die anyway. I don't feel the part normally is the thing that would have saved my life there in that case. But anyway, then yeah, so we have 3 new suits in the ticket shop, all supports. Speaking of the weapons rack, oh, that is the level 4. So we got the level 5, I think, is what we got.
Yeah.
The level 4 is in the ticket
Oh,
shop,
okay.
and then the full armor level 2, which I am highly debating about getting. And if anybody else is on the fence about it, and you don't have a good 500 support, full armor
Are
is
there worse
definitely
things?
a really consistent suit, and it is definitely better than the gun cannon level 4. But it has a similar combo of shoot cannon, switch to beam, shoot legs, have fun, and yeah, repeat. Don't use the missiles to them if you really have to. No, for real though, like it's cool. It's an extra. Like, if you really don't have anything else to do, then you've overheated everything and are reloading, then maybe just eat the missiles for fun. But that's about it. Like, I'd say if the timing, how many times that would align in a match? Maybe 4 shots, like, period. So it's like they spread so far, and you got to hit somebody with, I think, 2 or 3 of them just to get a stagger. And yeah, they need to buff those missiles somehow. I don't know what they're gonna do, but that needs a buff.
Gotta figure it out.
Like, that weapon needs a buff. Like, it's too bad right now. Like, it pains me when I'm like a general, like, going at the guy, and I'm guessing he overheated everything, and that's it. He's not shooting his Vulcans at me, which would probably done more damage than the missiles, because, like, I'm like, okay, I'm a general, come at you, and then missiles just fly past me, and I'm like,
Oh.
I hurt myself in confusion at what he just did as the support player. Like, for real
Yeah, the
though,
missile barf needs to be upped.
like every time I see someone shoot those at me, I say it almost every time that it does nothing to me. I'm like, why did he do that? He's got Vulcans. Please just put 2 more damage into me than nothing.
Why you do that?
Yeah, like again, I hit myself out of confusion of what he just did. It was super effective. But
Just go buy him a Gilgu cannon, he'll be okay.
yeah, right. But yeah. Oh, and the Gelgu cannon. After they fixed
Yeah.
that beam a bit, it is a bit more punishing. As far as if you miss, so it's not as simple to use. But it is definitely a pretty cool suit. Really solid. You got a beam, you got a bazooka. So.
Bouncer in space.
Oh yeah. Is it space words?
I believe so.
Specialty?
Is
I
it
believe it does have
space
preference.
words?
I couldn't remember. I was like,
Yeah, it
Space
is.
type?
It is a space type.
is it a new type? That suit. It's red. Could it be
A new
a new
space?
type?
No, it's just another battle op player thinks Oshara has the bell. Don't worry
Oh
about
my
it.
gosh. For real though, like just how many times in the original like series, just rewatching that, me and a friend went through that a while back. Every time that mobile suit, it's red. Could he be
Oh.
the Red Comet? That pilot,
We just paint all the
could he
Zakis
be
red.
a new type? Like the amount of
Scare
times that
everybody.
they
Like-
said that same thing.
Like imagine that, like you know how the Gundams they always put Gundam heads on stuff and that was supposed to be like psychological. Just do it with that. Just paint them all red. That would have been perfect for the 1 year war.
Scare everybody.
Pretty much. Could he be? Intimidation
Oh
factor.
no. Sure.
New type? New type question mark?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have it over here.
Okay. So
But yeah, let's see. Next up are the patch notes, right?
yeah. Okay. So we kind of already started talking about the Goku ground type, but back to it. Got 500 HP, and that carries through at all levels. And then
Oh,
it's
you look at the ground type. Go ahead.
and then it's beam rifle. I'm not sure what the cooldown, which part when it says cooldown time after usage means. Is that just the ready up time?
Yeah, I
Again?
think between shots.
Yeah, that's what I was guessing from that one. It's funny though that this is the like English translation and it's still kind of slightly confusing.
Like maybe. And then expanded the hitbox, which I felt that it seemed like it was easier to hit with in that last match.
Maybe it'll make
Yeah.
it a little bit better. Like I personally I was always under the impression that the Goku beam rifle was just better than the prototype slanted beam rifle. Like it's supposed to be like a sniper rifle, but I believe you have to like stand to use it.
Yeah.
so
I mean,
like that,
if you're used to doing that and say like the what am I thinking of? The White Dingo Sniper 2 or other suits that have that kind of rifle, like you can do it pretty well with that. I was able to get pretty aggressive in that last match with it.
I mean it's insta stagger too, so that's the other
Yeah.
thing. So you don't have to charge. I don't see too many uses for charging up and actually being a sniper with it. I feel like you should just mid-range, like
If you can afford to, then you might as well though, just for the extra damage.
yeah. But there's not too many uses.
but yeah, it definitely feels like a support Goku, for sure, regardless of which weapon you use.
But I
It'll probably make
started,
it easier for it to follow up.
yeah, exactly. The you could probably do a probably could do that anyway. I was gonna say like beam knockdown or the Naginata knockdown and then back up and shoot, but you could already do that anyway.
Especially with
But-
a superior Goku beam rifle.
Technically, it its DPS is higher now because you get more shots out
Mhm.
quicker. So And pretty much you get 3 shots before you overheat if you're just spamming it. I feel like the last time I used it, I never overheated that one. That's kind of why it was growing on me, is because I would just use the prototype beam rifle and combo stuff with it, and it wasn't too bad just because it was an insta stagger. You just like pew, then shoot the missiles, or pew and then the actual wrist machine gun actually has a lot of stagger like percentage
Yeah, because it's the
to it.
same one that the VDs are rocking, which is nice.
Yeah, so you can actually stagger pretty quickly with that, and then you could follow in from the machine gun to the actual beam rifle, and then knock somebody down with a melee, and just shoot their legs again with the beam rifle. So it's pretty brawly. I do like that. But
MLS support that can tussle.
Very rugged.
level 1 is 400, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so other than, I mean, again, Striker Custom exists now, so
Yeah, so
I gotta
once
love
it
these.
gets past that, then you're gonna be in trouble.
user beware if you're at, like, pilot beware if you're using that at 450.
Get ready to bring that arm cannon out and hope that you can get that consecutive stun out.
Yeah, like, that's about your only hope.
Block the shock knuckle with your tiny shield.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then pray.
Yeah, just wiggle yourself that way. Just angle yourself and
hang
hope
on,
for the
here's my
best.
shield. Right here. Hit this. Please hit that. For real, though. That's the other thing. It's got a shield, which
It's very
I think
tiny shield
is
on a
why.
very big mobile suit.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad that its health didn't go up higher than just 500, but guess they're not trying to make it too strong.
Just use your shield, lol.
Oof. But yeah, I think it's kind of cool. Any kind of buffs to that suit, in my opinion, I can't think of another one right off the top of my head, but I will say I would probably put it as like the second worst support in the game. Maybe.
What's the worst support?
Gun Cannon 2.
Oof. Bruh, I feel like I feel like there's some bias there. The Gogu ground or land type is worse than the Dom Barrage or the Zommel.
Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right. There is the Zommel in the game. Damn.
Notice the complete ignoring of the barrage in that
I
statement.
know.
Hey, man. Hey, man. I like the Barrage. It's my suit. But I will... I did forget about the Zommel, actually. That's how much I dislike the Zommel, really. Oof.
Rather not even
Forgot
be a
its
thing.
existence.
Yeah. I always forget it exists till I actually am like, oh, I'm gonna YOLO this game. Let's go.
It's for the memes at that point.
But and then somehow we win the game somehow, and I'm like,
Damn it, I actually did well with this.
yeah, I guess.
Magnum. Chat, just wanted to remind you too that I don't know if you mentioned it, but the ground Gogu can also fend people off of its arm missile grenade launcher thing.
It's so fucking slow though.
Well, yeah. I mentioned you could combo the missile, but like they shoot really slow, and how many shots does it take to stagger with that, or
I
do
think
they
it's like
stagger?
2 or 3. They do stagger, I believe.
Yeah.
I think it's all of
I
them
wanna say
though.
3. Do it to do all of them? I thought it was 3, but I don't play it very much.
Well, no, I
so-
mean it only has 3 shots, and they're just like pew, pew.
Pew,
Oh, really?
pew.
I thought it was
Yeah.
5, but I can't really tell.
No, the new
Oh,
the
yeah, it is
Lightning
3, yeah.
one that they came out with actually I think has like 5 or 6 on it, and that one's legit. That one
That's a different.
you just
That's like a
missile for
box one.
days.
That's not integrated like the other one is.
Yeah. Well, no, it also has an arm one too. So you have an arm missile launcher, and you have the boombox. Like I really like the Yuma Lightning. Yogu. That's pretty legit.
No, I mean I know what you're talking about, but like the grounds is different than the HIMOs because the HIMOs is a modular one, so it's like they're really fast and you can actually get
Oh
that
yeah,
stun off a
yeah.
little bit
Okay,
faster.
yeah. No, yeah. for sure. Like the one on the ground goog is only like 3 shots, and they come out like at a snail's pace. Like the way I've been, if I don't have anything else up, I would like pew with that. If I'm like just like shot them with the machine gun on the arm, then I'll like beam stagger them, then swap to the missile and shoot one, then swap back and beam stagger them again. Just alternate between that and the missile. That's how slow they shoot, pretty much. Like I was trying to figure that out in the game I played, just be like, oh well, that's kind of cool. You can actually go back and forth between these, but wasn't the most effective thing, but still.
It can't be worse than a needle missile.
Oh my god, they need to buff some of this stuff on there. Like, I get that it has a very devastating like saber, but fuck, dude.
Yeah.
They need to buff its approach.
Again,
If you
give it a
wanna,
shield. Just give it the shield. Make it a shield. All I'm
that'd be a
saying.
start.
That's
I wouldn't say
really
that can't be
that's
the
the
only thing they do
that's
though.
the first thing they got to do with it. Like 15 patches ago, get it done. But
There you go.
but yeah, but did you? I'm guessing you've actually got gameplay of it right now.
Who?
You.
No, I did it. I
Okay.
had it last match.
Oh, okay.
I'm
But
doing the call right now.
ooh, there you go. But yeah, I don't know. I like it. I think the proto is pretty legit beam rifle, really, and I think it now will have, if its cooldown is fast enough, it should have more damage output than the Gyalgug beam rifle. So it should be better.
I don't know. I personally think the Gogu beam rifle will still be better than this one. Even like damage and everything else wise. Like it's easier to use. Like you trade off the insta stagger for like being able to be more maneuverable. You don't kind of like set yourself up standing still. Like nothing about the amount of shots you get out. Like there's less time between shots, but the heat's the same.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
like
mean, before I
I don't
never really ran into a heat issue. Is kind of the other point.
right. So I don't know. Like it'd be interesting to see. Maybe it's to run the numbers, but the Gogun B rifle still to me seems like it's probably still the better option myself. But
Probably
that's just
for
me going off of the few matches I played, and I've only used the prototype one like once,
I'd
so
say
it's hard to say.
if you're a sniper player, then maybe then the proto probably will feel a whole lot better. But if you're just going into the Gelgu ground type just as like, we need a support and this is what I got, then yeah, probably the beam rifle is just so much better utility to just get
Yeah.
into and feel good right out the gate. But it took
I
me
will say though,
about 4
you still
games.
I would just say like if you're already used to the White Dingo play, or maybe
Yeah.
you've been playing the ground Gelgoog for a while,
Mhm.
you know this is
You'll
probably
feel right at home with this.
noticeable, yeah. But I think for
Yeah.
most players, they'll probably get more damage out of the Gogu beam rifle, and it'll be a little bit more versatile for them.
Just play general, lol.
Yeah,
Pretty much at that point. But yeah, if you're already a sniper player, that's what I was meaning by that. If you already
Yeah.
play snipers, then this probably feels like a huge buff. Most people that play that thing, but not me.
It's nice that they paid attention to it at least, because they could have just shelved it. They didn't really have to, but they did anyway.
But my final statement on where I would rank it is probably going to be the lower 5. It is definitely going to be on the bottom 5, I think. Next to the Zamo and the Gun Cannon 2. And again, I am still baffled by them coming out with 2 levels of the Gun Cannon 2 and not doing anything to touch it. I get that it also has its use in certain situations, but that is few and far between. Like Tropical Desert maybe is the only map that, and you'd have to be playing like an all support comp kind of thing to fit it in there
Or
or
like
something.
port based, but you'd have to be really careful. I
Or-
remember
yeah.
when originally, back in the day when the HLVs were still climbable and stuff, the Cannon 2 was the thing to have because it had that kind of range on it.
Yeah, that was pretty legit.
It gave you enough time to actually charge up there because of your distance from everyone else, but like There's not a lot of elevated points on most ground maps anymore that aren't reachable.
Yeah.
You don't really have to struggle a whole lot to get up to where a lot of those perches are.
When at its cost, we have the good flight type now, which
Oh god, yeah.
have fun.
Flight
that's-
who? Isn't that the? I thought all raids at 450 were the Striker custom now.
Oh well, I mean it's 400 base cost then for the gun cannon too.
Oh right.
There you
Right.
go.
I kind of want to see those two like pit off against each other though.
I think we had a situation of that yesterday, didn't we?
Because it's all fun and games until its boosters run out, because it's gonna be picking at it, and then it's
Yeah,
just gonna fall to its
while
doom.
it's in
Like, well,
Yeah, while it's in the air, you're pretty much just like beam shots and Vulcans, and maybe it staggers out of the air, and then you're just like spark knuckle, catch him on the way down. You're just like, just, like tag him before he hits the ground, and you just like go at him. The fight goes just like that.
Just
I
like
pretty
that.
much-
You
yeah,
know the
I
funny
pretty
part.
much did the fight.
The funny part about your punch is like when you went spark knuckle, like as soon as like you did that, like on my end, your screen got a little blurry and stuff. So it's just like you broke your camera. Kind of legit there.
Yeah,
I wonder if that actually came through on the stream. It'd be legit.
even in reference, the
The
just
strikers.
bringing up the power of the spark knuckles just strikes all and all things.
Do not speak its name. We do not talk about that weapon.
Speak of its glory.
But yeah, moving right along, right? Proto
Yeah.
Gundam.
So, Proto Gundam. Wait, what?
Proto Gundam?
Gundam Prototype 1. That's the other one. Oh no.
No,
Oh, it's just the same, but it says general
it's
purpose.
the GPO one.
Oh, that's what the prototype meant. I thought it was a Proto Gundam they got a buff. It's like,
No.
oh, they buffed the Proto Gundam's beam rifle. That's cool.
Yeah, because that's
But,
I was
I
playing the
see.
GPO one before I did the ground Gilgug.
Oof, which I think that's kind of telling that we forgot about the 01.
That's fucked up.
Feels bad, 01. Welcome to Zombel territory, I guess. Ouch.
Well, I mean, if you
It
look
felt
at it,
pretty
like
good,
I'll
though.
tell you straight up, the Mark II felt just better than the prototype or the GPO one, man. Like straight
Yeah.
up.
Well, I mean the Mark II, I feel like I don't know. I feel like it feels better than like the Stamen as well. Even I feel like you could have one Stamen on your team, but I don't know. I still feel like the Mark II is better than that as well.
Yeah, Staмен's just too haphazard. Like, if you can have all that destructive ability, but just like in a smaller package, it's just nice. Mark II still trumps most of that cost range. For people who don't have it, and if they had just been letting their 01 collect dust, it's a little bit more viable now. The ready up between shots is faster. They did bump up its damage a little bit, and you can definitely see it, especially if you do put in some parts for your firing program. So
Anybody
it's
have one?
doable. I do. I figured most
GPO
people
one?
would.
Yeah, I do too.
I have 0. Okay, I have the 01 FB because it was guaranteed. But other than that, I have 0. Okay, I guess I have the Zommel.
Oh well, not on this account.
But other than the Zommel and the FB, I have 0 Stardust suits that weren't
Feels bad,
guaranteed.
man.
That weren't guaranteed given to me,
Oof.
pretty much. So, yeah, that is a bit of a big oof. But also, the reason why I'm just really kind of salty about it is the O2 is one of my like top
I don't want to
5
even
to top
think
10
about
favorite suits
what
of
you're
my
gonna
all-time.
end up being like when you get that thing. I don't
The
even want to
MLRS?
think. Yeah. No, not the MLRS, just him and the O2 in general.
Oh my gosh, I love the O2. I've got to play it before, but and so far my win rate playing it has been like 90% plus. So I want that suit really badly. Like both the raid and the support. I haven't got to try it out against Mark IIs though, so results may vary now that the Mark II is out, but everything else
Yeah. If
Hmm.
you get your bad side, then you're in trouble.
Yeah, the suit definitely benefits Magnum's bacon playstyle, so
Oh yeah,
there is that.
we go ham every
There we
day.
go. Thank you, man. I was about to say I said bacon.
Baconator.
I say bacon because he goes ham. Chat.
But there we go.
We're hip
Here,
here.
pull it
Shut up.
We
That ain't
got
it, chef.
we got the
Hate to see it.
reference. We got the reference, guys.
Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him.
Okay. So they reduced the cooldown time upon landing. I honestly didn't know that was a stat.
Yeah.
Like, I guess if you jump in the air and you land, you have a
You're gonna
land
recover a little
animation.
bit faster. Yeah.
I
I
was
mean,
like,
you do. I just didn't know that's
Frame.
something that would change.
yeah, I
I don't
thought
think
that
it's
was
a
like
stat per
uniform
se, though.
across, like the time was like uniform across all suits. When they land, they had the same like, oh, I landed. Okay, now I'm ready to go. Like I thought that
Well,
was just
don't look
like,
at it as don't look at it as a stat per se. Just look at its frame data or something like it. It could be different. I mean, tanks have different recovery times compared to other players, but
yeah.
I don't think looking at it as a stat is necessarily the case. Like it's just maybe they thought it took up too many frames or something and they reduced it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I just kind of
Probably what it is.
assumed they would make
Yeah.
that uniform, like a uniform set of frames between you, like jumping in the air and landing. Like I thought that was uniform across everything, but guess not.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish like it's never really come up, but like I do feel like I've noticed differences in some suits. Like I don't know. It feels like the pixie recovers off the ground pretty fast. Like I've jumped and been able to pretty much go right into a dash or something, and whatnot. Like it. I don't know. It's interesting. I'd have to like compare, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something I've
What are
really
you so
never
happy
thought
about
of.
over there?
Hmm?
Goose, I looked
Did you
pretty happy
win?
for a second there.
No. I was just really I don't know how to explain it. Our ace was a Zagak and he did a fucking like air combo off the side of a building on a support. Like he was falling and he was still able to finish out the rest of his melee swings.
Mm.
I've never in my life seen something like that. So that was just like, what the fuck?
There you go. There's a
Good touch.
clip. By the way, I do want to talk about one other suit, but let's go ahead and finish up with the O1. So it's actual beam rifle.
Mhm.
So if I mean the damage is nice. That's always cool. It's got 2 more shots, so I mean that's effectively more DPS on both
I mean,
of
they had to
those.
bring it up to par with the Mark II.
And
Like, it was silly that the Mark II had more shots than it did.
yeah, that's another thing. That's yeah. But
Especially when the Stamen uses its rifle as a sub weapon too. So it's like at least make it a little bit more potent as a main weapon.
Mm-hmm.
so here's the question. With the bullet speed being faster, like how much faster is that? Because I mean, it still felt pretty solid. Like I wonder how
I'd have
like
to play it.
instant shot that is now. Like you just pull the trigger and you've hit the enemy. Like I kind of want to know
It just
that.
be hit stunny, like the GM Ground MMSV. That thing is you pretty much if you're on their body and you press that trigger, like they're stunned. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. So like I
It's
wonder
one
if
not
it's gonna
railgun
be
speed though.
yeah. I wonder if it's gonna be close to that though. Now like I'm assuming it would be they're just bringing the speed and stuff up. Like it might have been slower compared to the Mark II. They're just
Yeah,
trying to catch it up to that.
because that was one of the first rifles like that besides the Axaku, I think.
To my Insta Stagger,
Yeah.
because I think that's the
Yeah,
first
like things
ECAP
that you can
rifle.
like heat cap too.
Yeah, that's also the first. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I guess the next one is the Marisai and then the GM2,
Mhm.
the ones after that. Yeah. So I think yeah, that's pretty much Axaku and then those. So and then weapon cooldown time reduced. I'm guessing that's between shots.
Yeah, I would
It
say
doesn't
so.
say after usage though, which is the
It
weird
does. It
part.
does feel faster. So like,
Okay, it does. Okay.
The Japanese translation says reduce the reuse time after using weapons.
Oh,
So
okay.
it may be clearer
okay.
than the English translation.
Go figure, huh?
Hey.
That's funny. That's hilarious. There we go. There's the answer to the question. Why do I look at both?
Because
'Cause
you
everything is
never
clear.
know.
Which this one, by the way, guys, this patch notes was instant English translation up.
Yeah, 5 minutes later after it dropped and it was up, I was like, "That's actually surprising."
Oh well,
'Cause I
no,
was
I
looking
mean,
for.
I literally like as soon as I loaded into the game, I literally
Mhm.
went to the English and it was up. Like,
That's what's up.
yeah, so like I was loading in and I was like, okay, guys, here we go, new suit. So I brought it up and then hit English just
Yeah.
to check.
By the time I looked at the Twitter, because like normally I'd retweet the stuff from Japan, but it's like, oh no, this is the English one, and like Aoshi already
Oh,
retweeted
they
it, so
they
okay.
tweeted it in 5 minutes too. That's pretty
Yeah,
impressive. That's nice.
yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like it was just up when everything else was. So they're getting better about it. Oh, and on a side note, they were doing a poll about those art pieces without the captions and stuff, and whether or not they should post more of them. And there's a pretty
Oh,
good tilt in the positive.
Yes, please.
yeah, they definitely should. Everyone go vote on that poll. These
Yeah.
things are
Yeah.
awesome.
Hang on,
If you want a good wallpaper.
let me tab over. I'm gonna go do that right now.
Yeah.
But so yeah, hopefully the 01 feels a bit
Gustav,
better.
do you have a link to that, by the way?
Hmm?
To the tweet or the poll?
Yeah, is it on the
Okay.
is
Yeah,
it on
let me
the
get there.
JP one or is it on the English
No, it's
one?
on the EN.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
It's on the EN.
If you beat me to it, then
I might.
there we go.
Did you get it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I haven't found the poll yet, but there's their Twitter anyway. You got the poll directly, then yes. But anyway, as far as for the GPO1 though, I know there's a lot of people that I've seen comment in chat, or a couple of people on my friends list on the PS4 have mentioned that they feel like it's underperforming pretty severely, which I definitely agreed until I learned that it also had a double dodge roll. So hopefully having some damage brought up and then it having a double dodge roll might hopefully fix some of the problems with it feeling under par. But I definitely think it's one of the weaker suits right now at that cost for general for sure. I mean, especially anything like, I mean, when you're comparing it to like the Stamen for sure, definitely has catching up to do. But what was that, like 2 weeks? 2 or 3 weeks when they dropped that suit, the Stamen, after the 01?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all pretty much back to back almost.
But
I can't for the life of me find that post. Hold on, I have to do it after
I
this
can't
match.
find it
I was gonna
either.
say I can't find the poll, but I found I at least had the.
Unless it's over already? I don't know. Normally they
Could be.
stay after the fact though, right?
I hadn't posted
All I
in
know is that they
my
had
chat.
the full art of the New Year's.
Yeah, that's still out there from February 2nd.
Yeah, I grabbed that while I was on there. That art is awesome.
I thank you very much. GBO2's got waifus.
Heck yeah, wallpaper time.
Okay, but anyway, so one suit that I don't think we talked about too much. I think we missed this one. But the Zogok. Did we talk about that at all?
That it was like more responsive and stuff.
Yeah, because
I know
they did
it got a field motor upgrade.
yeah, it got the rotate that I think we talked about the rotating and it probably being able to combo well, but
Mhm.
I have to say, now that I see a Zogok in a game, I'm actually scared of that suit. Before, I used to laugh at it and be like, "Oh, there's free kills. Here we go. I'm gonna
Look at
intensify my
this goofy
barrage or
fucking thing.
whatever." You know. Now I'm like, "Oh gosh, it's gonna come punch me and then melee me with a sword and do everything else."
Do bad things.
Like it got a pretty significant buff, and I'm seeing a lot of use out of it now. I wonder if one of the problems did, and I think you played a decent bit of it, Emblem, but was one of the problems like it didn't have enough rotation speed and you would miss some of the melees, comboing kind of like in the sense of the striker?
Kind of. Yeah, like I haven't played it a ton, but like it would just be kind of awkward, I guess, to hit sometimes. But I don't know. It's almost like one of those things where the people that played the suit a lot probably were used to it already and it
Yeah.
didn't matter as much. And those people that maybe like trying to get into it, it's just gonna help them get better at the suits more than anything else.
It's also gonna make those people who are used to it be really terrifying.
Yeah, that's the
Right.
other thing too. That's like when the Dom Barrage got a buff, I was like, yeah. Like I was super hyped. Trying to find that too real quick to see what the actual notes were on it.
That was like a couple weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, like I'm going back a little. Yeah, here we go. So it got it was just turning speed, left and right movement, and a thruster buff. That was it.
The turning speed's the big thing.
Yeah, the turning speed though is the big thing. So
Because I mean, with any combo type of suit, it always kind of once you're like getting rough and dirty in there, like turn speed is such a big deal because because you have to boost around, being able to get your camera back on whomever you're in the process of going ham on is always pretty relevant. So
Yeah, especially when it whips around your entire melee attack, so you get some of those hooks will go all the way around your character because you initiate it once you get up, and then it just comes all the way to the front.
for real,
So people have been able to do stuff like that. I remember this is another game as a first person, like Chivalry or something like that. You could do
Mhm.
that with, where you could just flip your or like spin your character around, and it would actually count because the hitbox is in motion already.
so I guess we're pretty much in between topics. Um, but we do have a in between topic. So by the way, guys,
Nice.
500 points right now. You pick an in between topic. So
Head over to Magnum's channel and take it out. What's the topic?
the
So,
Domo.
Hmm. Interesting. Is it just the fact that now that they're introducing more stuff from Katana that makes it more of a possibility?
I'm I'm guessing. Like I have not seen this suit, so I'm
I'm a
completely.
little curious about what the hell that is.
Here, I'll
What
link
was
you
the
guys the
how was it
wiki.
phrased? Was it just like Domo question mark or like was there
Uh,
any context behind it?
the fucking Domo.
The
Gotcha.
fucking dome.
Gotcha. Interesting. Who
So
I'm assuming Mecha put it up. Could you ask us for more context on like what he wants
yeah, that's
to
that's that's
say in
that's why
regards
I
to that?
so okay, here we go. Player custom gives me a lot of hope that it will come out. Okay. Pretty sure the big bad of Katana Pilots one with the advanced exam system type. Okay. Hijack. Hmm. I mean, I know just as far as like possibilities of stuff like that coming out. I know when I what what time was it? I think I saw Aoshi on last night at some point because my sugar was giving me problems and I was bottoming out for some reason in the middle of the night because that
Oh
happens.
shit.
So But yeah, right after I ended the stream and done everything, I went to lay down, and then things went bad. But point being was I was up a little bit extra longer than what I was expecting. And I remember Aoshi being like, "Oh my gosh, it's out. This is this is cool, and it's not helping my wallet any because the hazel. This gives me more hope for the hazel." You know, like he's like talking about the hazel, probably more hope for that. And so so as far as that thing coming out, honestly, I don't really know much about it, but
Doesn't seem impossible. The suit doesn't look like it's
Yeah,
crazy
I'd never
overpowered.
heard of the Strike Custom in my life. So like it's already pretty interesting that we're getting stuff like that.
yeah, so as far as what it says, technology and combat characteristics of this thing, and here I'll bring the wiki up on stream real quick. Eh. There we go. So to develop, so they ordered Principality Xeon ordered to develop a new mobile suit, designed exclusively for space combat that would surpass even the Gelgoog
Oh, it'd be
in
space only.
mobility.
Interesting.
So this would be space only. I'm guessing this is just a normal Gelgoog. It's gonna load. Or is this a specific Gelgoog? Uh-oh.
Was it the Doll Mill or whatever?
Yeah.
Dude, the Doll Mill is something that got jacked. It was actually like the
Yeah.
precursor to the Rick Diaz, so maybe it had some special weapons. It looks cool.
Its armament doesn't look like it's anything crazy. The beams as a beam saber slash gun.
I mean, let's be honest though,
Multi-launcher.
the Quell doesn't anything super crazy either, but they actually gave it its own banner of all things.
Yeah, so that's
Well,
pretty legit.
I more mean like nothing just like inherent. It doesn't look inherently broken. Like you would have the beam saber and the gun. I'm assuming the multi launcher would probably launch a flare. As missiles, as two different missile weapons. The heat spike would probably just be its counterattack.
Mhm.
The toe beam honestly looks most interesting. Like this thing looks like it have a variant melee attack. Um, in the form of
Yeah,
its toe beam.
Toe Beam is hilarious.
Okay, so
I
by
don't
the
see why
way,
not though.
I think the stream died on my end because that's why it wasn't loading the page.
Oh,
So hopefully it didn't fully die in the sense that I'm gonna have to just upload the recording. But the good thing, I'm trying to do the recording thing.
yeah.
So yay
That
for
should
planning
that should
ahead.
still be fine. Not to mention you're still in the call, so like
Yeah. Oh yeah, but it dropped low enough to where it wouldn't load the page. Luckily, Discord takes like no resources. That's one reason why I loved Discord when it came out, was Skype like hogged like a lot of resources just to work, and the Discord was like, "Yo, what's up, guys? You could do video, no big deal." So, which is probably why it blinks every now and then. But yeah, so yeah, it looks like it's compared to the normal Yogu. Now that that finally loaded.
I'd be interested for the cost. Like I'd be interested to see kind of where they slot it in at. But yeah, it seems like it, especially for a spacesuit, having multiple missiles, a flare in space. What if, is there any suit that has a flare in space? I guess the Quell.
yeah,
Um,
technically, but
Kinda, yeah, technically, but
that's the only one because all the other ones are the ground, right?
I like the amount of missiles on this thing.
yeah, you'll be intensifying.
Yeah, I want this thing for real though. Like just straight up, just learning about this thing. I want it in that sense. I can intensify all the missiles with this thing. Give me lots of missiles or give me Gatling guns.
That's on toe beam people. But yeah, I don't see why not. I think hazels are definitely a viable suit to come out, and I don't like this. The Dommel doesn't have anything that doesn't seem like it would bar entry. You know,
Yeah, I mean, sounds cool. Space only, lots of missiles. I'm guessing it would probably be. Now, here's one thing I guess we could touch on with this too is it would be interesting to actually see them buff the full armor Thunderbolt, and maybe you can
Just
answer this.
give it more field motor speed. Oh my god, let it turn better.
Yeah, like that. And I heard, now I don't know if this, I can't remember who was saying this in chat, but somebody was saying that it used to have like you could swap between its weapons and just go, like just be like missiles, this missile, that missile, boom, shoot the beam twice, do this cannon, and like it was the quality of life was awesome, and they were like, this is too much, nerf quality of life between swapping weapons. Pretty much what they've been doing to the Hildoffer, essentially.
They need to put it back because it's dealing with so much faster shit
Yeah,
as it is.
I mean, at this point, if I see one as the Zeong, I'm like, I pretty much get to hit all of your shields at the same time.
Yeah, 3
So
times.
I don't care about your shield. Oh, look, your shields are gone. Oh, you're also dead. Cool. Good fight. You know, right?
Nice
Like,
hustle.
and like, I mean, it is one of the one suits that can actually stop my Zeong cheese, but
Mhm.
I just kill it and then continue doing what I was doing. Like that's pretty much how it's been so far. There's probably some like full armor Thunderbolt ace pilot that plays the game that would just wreck my face, but I have not seen it yet.
They're probably too busy being in customs anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's
EO hasn't shown up yet.
yeah. There's some of the oh man. But there's probably dude, for real. I want more Thunderbolt. Just on that note.
Thunderbolt 8 guys, I need them in my life. All the other
Good luck.
variants from that game.
Yes. Oh, it made Akai's cool again, and then I played this game. Then they waddle.
You remembered the position of the Akai.
Pretty much. I was like, man, Akai's are so cool. Guys, don't you
And
like
now
Akai's?
it's a cornball.
But
I blame the bear
Gustav,
guy.
Oh gosh, yeah, pretty much.
to answer your question from earlier about this, or your statement about the speed thing, if you want some more speed on your full armor Gundam, then you better hope some of your shields blow up, buddy.
Yeah.
You got 4 of them. You're gonna go slow.
Just start
I-
wiggling at people. Hit them
Didn't
now.
we
My
test
shields.
that out though? Like it didn't seem like it gained anything. Pretty
Yeah.
sure we
It
tested
does.
that out.
The Japanese wiki says that the suit gets minor increases for each shield that gets destroyed.
I think that's movement. I don't know if that translates to
I don't know if
turn
that's
speed.
rotation though. Yeah.
I'd have to look at it again. I thought it was everything because I thought rotation. Because I know just looking at like why would it be different than the the GPO2 when its shield's gone, it's like turning on fucking exams. So I don't see how the other one would be different, but I'd have to look at it again, honestly.
At the same time, like you have what is it? What is it? The cruise control and then the field motor, and those are two different things. So I don't know if
Right.
maybe it just counts it as something different for the O2s. You're talking about the difference between like a couple shields being held in place in space and then this big fuck off shield that's like what has more health than the actual suit.
Well, but I mean, Gustav, you're looking at it more of like a material kind of thing and less of like an in-game balancing kind of thing. Because I mean, the nature of shield should be the same across the board, regardless of how big they are.
Right.
As
But I
long
mean, even then, like
as it works the same.
a lot of the changes that we're seeing in that are also retroactive because that's like a really old suit even compared to the old O2.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
like I kind of agree there. Like where it's so old, like it needs. I mean, they already nerfed when it came out. Uh, I mean, from what I've heard, it was a beast. Like it was like you put that up against the Psycho Zaku, and it would win, even though it's a raid. Like that's pretty much what people have been telling me. So I don't know how. Again, I haven't played it at that point. I wasn't in the game, then, but
They were definitely butting heads a lot. And I mean, to be fair, the Psycho is also just like a hopped up Hymo, and they definitely treat it as such.
Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of like, well, the Psycho now, I even say that needs a buff too, because that it's kind of like a Hymo and a Comfer smashed together, essentially. It's about as squishy as a Comfer and has as many weapons, and then it's also kind of acts like a Hymo. So it's, I don't know. I feel like the Psycho Zaku needs a buff as well, like significantly. But again, we've just had everything added at that cost, and those two suits are just pushed way down,
Yeah,
essentially.
they haven't changed, and we've gotten some pretty heavy hitters at that cost for
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, and that's another reason why we needed the buff to, like, say, the Gogu ground type, right? And that's why I want to see a buff to the gun cannon too. Is we've gotten a lot of suits at 400. I mean, 400. We've officially found that 400 is the most suits exist at 400 cost. So
450 is starting to get there
and
too.
450 is getting there, and 350 was, like, we haven't
Was
gotten
that
too many.
beforehand?
Yeah, we haven't gotten too many at 4 or 350. So that number hasn't really raised too much. And really, actually, was it the last 350 suit the Pell Rider Cavalry?
I think so.
I think it was. And then before that was the
Quill's
GOG.
level. Quill's 400, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Quill's 400. So yeah, I
I
think
was say that was the closest we got in a little while.
with
Yeah,
that
yeah, GOG
said,
level 2 is 350.
other than the Railgun raid, there been anything 350 and less that we've gotten since the Pell Rider?
Mm, I don't think so.
Yeah,
At
that's
least
kind of
not
interesting.
to not that comes to mind right away.
Need more shadow suits,
Yeah,
guys.
GM2.
It's just
Oh, the
weird
GM2,
because
yeah. Okay, fair enough. GM2.
oh yeah,
So that's what,
baseline
300
300.
to
Yeah,
400? Yeah. Hmm. But kind of more back on the Domo though and stuff. I mean, again, my concern is, which if they do put it in and buff the full armor Thunderbolt at the same time, please. Because I mean, it looks like it kind of has the same amount of missile kit kind of weapons as the Thunderbolt at this point. So, oh, dude, it has a 4-spike heat pile. Yes, please. Ooh, that sounds juicy. I used to love pile weapons on Chrome Hounds. That was one of my jams. Was getting in there and just being like, "Sup," boom, and then just like, yes, delete someone's cockpit just by getting in the right position.
I just like pile bunker.
Yeah, like you, like again. I know I've went on about Chrome Hounds before, but I love that game so much. They had great part physics. They had great, like if you wanted to be a heavy gunner, you had to know your numbers and how to aim, and when you had a scout that told you where to fire, and you rained down artillery while everybody's fighting. And hopefully, you're okay, guys. Danger close. Here we go. And mind your heads, teammates. And in this one, literally, I'd every now and then I'd accidentally kill my teammates. Oops.
Those were the good old
But
days.
yeah, oh, man, that game was so good. But yeah. Anyway, but pile weapons though were pretty nice. So yeah, I would like to have some of that as like a melee. It's essentially a melee gun at that point, kind of like the gotcha. Only it has instead of having this much range on that thing, it has like this much range. But yeah.
Test flight type as well.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, the heat piles are shoulder spikes. Hang on.
That would probably be like a translated as an enhancement to its tackle ability.
Hmm,
Probably
Yeah.
tackle
I
something.
can see that.
Okay, so if it's just the shoulder spikes, then never mind then. Okay. It's kind of cool though. Yeah, you'll get probably the enhanced tackle 3 or something. That'd be cool. Oh, so enhanced tackle 4 to 5, yeah. But yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, I mean, if they're adding stuff like that, let's go. Does it actually say, by the way, on the striker custom, does it actually say like they actually show it from Katana?
Mhm.
That is
Same
awesome.
to Kai.
Oh, okay, so that's also from Katana? Okay.
They both have the same little logo.
Oh, nice. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't see why not, why we wouldn't get the Domo at some point. I kind of want that thing. Okay, now here's the main question. Raid support or general?
I don't think it'd be a support. I personally could see it being either raid or general, but it feels a bit weird if it was a support.
It leans towards general a little bit. I can see that.
Yeah, the amount of missiles makes it feel kind of generally to me. I could feel that. Do a lot of shooting.
Like I saying 500 raid, we need one.
I
Yeah, that would be
know.
kind of cool. I mean, well, I mean, technically we just got one with the striker guy, so
Yeah, it's not a native cost, but I don't think the Dommel, I don't know, just looking at it, doesn't feel like it, unless it's just made later, feels like it'd probably be a base 450 suit anyway. Just comparing it to the Striker Kai.
possibly, yeah.
But I think with the Kai being out, because every suit from that series is a raid right now. Like it being a general probably might even be even more of a thing unless they add more. But it looks like a general to me.
Yeah, like if it came out immediately afterwards, that would be their general for sure.
I I could see it general with as a beam saber slash gun. I mean, that kind of reminds me of the. What does that even look like?
Dneos.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
That's why I would say general at that point. Um,
the beam bayonet.
I don't know. With the amount of missiles, it'd kind of be cool to see it just be a support, but that's just me hoping. But at the same time, I don't know. Like I'm kind of comparing it to like the full armor. Like the full armor Thunderbolt is what I'm thinking when I look at all of what it has, because it's kind of the same setup, sort of, just minus all the shields.
Either way, I'd like to see them put that in there. That's an interesting
Yeah,
one.
yeah. I want
People
this
have been
now.
harping about it for a while, so like,
Oh.
But yeah, thanks for the topic though. Like that's honestly that's been one of the most interesting things about playing this game and doing this has been like learning about all these suits that I did not know exist. And like Gundam is one of those things like I felt like I was in, and I would still say to my friends that it's a huge like undertaking just to watch what I've watched. So, yeah, Gundam is just
eh,
huge.
40 years.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. Like, but so
You'd have found out about a bunch of cool stuff just playing the side games for sure.
oh yeah, that's one thing I want to do is get into some of the like where I haven't like I started Double O. I wanted to finish that at some point. I think I'm just gonna play Cross Rays for that.
Just just do that.
Yeah, that's what I figured that's what you were gonna say. Yeah, nice. But anyway, okay. So, what was next? What I
Were we gonna talk about that
oh yeah, the
captain's pick kind of ranked
yeah.
match thing?
So this came up in chat yesterday, and um, I definitely wanted to talk about it. I think can't remember. I want to say I was talking to Lotus about it a bit. um, because it kind of was like it came up. Well, this thing counters this or whatever, or counter picking or whatever, right? I think when we were doing custom, and I was just like, yeah, I wish we could counter pick sometimes. Like if you saw, for instance, the striker custom, then you could go ahead and be like, um, oh, well, I'm
Oh,
going to take a hard stagger, or I'm going to take something that breaks maneuver armor easy, right? You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
So, or you see a suit that you can break its legs really easy. Um, you know, you pick a suit that will break legs. I mean, there you go, that kind of deal. So, like maybe the ground type full armor, that kind of deal. And so, what I was thinking to kind of, because I know we brought this up at one point in the past, but to kind of flesh out the idea more, um, we have enough suits to where you could ban certain suits at certain costs. So I don't know if this is going to be like a 400 only when it would pop up, or 450 only, or even 350. But I mean, they're talking about putting in a new game mode, right? And they're making a big announcement for it. They're making a big event for it. I started thinking, what if our new game mode is an actual draft pick rated or ranked, or even just
Like,
draft
Do you
pick in
think
general?
like we just go full on league.
Well,
do
yeah,
you think that's
League,
dynamic
Dota,
enough for
anything
them
like
to
that.
say that it's like nothing that's been seen in BattleOps before? Because I mean, that's
That is
just
true.
like them adjusting the lobby system. Because I think that's a bold claim, and what you're saying is pretty much just the exact same thing with a different lobby system.
Yeah,
So I would
fair
hope.
enough.
I mean, they could just be overstating an understatement, but at the same time, like I hope it's something drastically different, just because like they've come out pretty big with what they said it could be.
And like super ahead
Mhm.
of the event too, because it's still what gonna be in March.
Yeah, that's true. Hmm. Yeah, I didn't think about that statement too, because what they have said is like it's nothing. See, yeah, that is a big deal to say something like that.
It's gonna be historical battle.
I mean,
I'll say I think the idea is interesting. I think they would have to add on a caveat where like only one of a particular mobile suit could be in a match at any given time as well. Because I mean it's already kind of you're already like in a weird rough meta situation as is, and being able to see what your opponents are picking and counter pick them. I'm assuming to have like a kind of lock in system. Would it pretty much be like Dota and League, where like one side picks a mobile suit and then the other communicate for picks and stuff like that?
Mhm.
yeah, essentially.
Uh,
So like, here's the way I was thinking. So you have maybe one ban right now per team, and you either have and like the first person just picks the ban, right? Whoever got put in the number one slot. So they already have it one through whatever, right? They've already got it set up like that. The number one, they get to pick a ban. The downside is we don't have an easy way to communicate in the chat anymore, because they took that out. So if they put that back in, I guess whatever. But so you get your pick, and there goes the ban, and then the ban, then whoever gets to pick first, like that's the weird part. But you'll do one pick and then probably two, 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 one kind of thing. That deal. And here's the question though: is it when you pick something, are you locked in? Can there only be a certain number of suits in the game? Or is it just can you pick whatever and then it doesn't really matter? So it's you pick and then we'll go back 1 to 1. So say you could have like 6 Afrits in a game. If that's okay, then you just go back and forth, one by one by one. If you're going to limit the amount of suits of each type that can be in the game, then you do 1, 2, 2, and then like that all the way down to the bottom. So
It'd be interesting. I don't think I would hate it. I think I personally prefer the
I
current
hope that
style.
showed up.
Just because I don't know. What you're talking about adds a little bit of extra like like an extra bit of strategy to the team picking. But I think I like the I like being able to pick a suit and not having any team be like, oh, he's this. Just all right, everybody, get your like. Oh, I'm gonna play the flight type this round. Oh, everybody, get your Zuda Fs and your Ifrits out. We'll still be good against the enemy team, and we just completely shut down their raid. Like I feel like for generals it doesn't matter as much, but like with the way the game plays, what you're talking about is pretty much just like shut down the raid and like probably the support. Is honestly what ends up happening there.
Yeah, I mean that's
Would be like my main problem with it.
the other thing too is at that point people get a little too sweaty tryhard and you pick something that your team doesn't like, dodge, right?
Mm.
Yeah, and I mean that's something we still deal with
And
even
so
now.
that you're still gonna have to have a time limit. So the lobby then takes, at the most like 10 minutes to start or something. So everybody gets like a minute to fix their suit and lock in kind of thing. Like that would be the only awkward part. So like the bans take 1 minute, so both number ones either ban something or don't. Just to kind of it's sped up, and then let's just use 6v6. So then that's 12 minutes. So 13 minutes to start the game each time. I mean, if it gets down to the last pick and somebody's like, I'm not going to play support, even though we need a support, then somebody
Good
dodges.
luck.
And there goes another 12 minutes. Let's go. So I don't know how that would feel. I mean, well, I kind of do because I've already done like League of Legends and stuff like that. It does kind of feel a bit awkward, but at that point they would definitely need to add in a leave penalty. So if you do dodge, then you are automatically penalized from queuing again for like 10 minutes or something. Like I still think they need to just do that instead of having the current penalty system, because right now the current penalty system, I mean, I know I named it the WTF continues, but the first two WTFs on my clips was the like I was queuing and then all of a sudden it's like, nope, you left the game, you got a penalty, and I'm like, or you got this counts towards your penalty, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what? And then it queued me into another queue, like it put me back on another team the first time, and the second time I didn't wait and just backed out, but both of those apparently counted toward my penalty, which I didn't notice the first one when it first went through. So if it um if that happens, then I don't know, they're gonna have to change it to have like a straight up dodge wait time every time, I think. Otherwise that's gonna feel pretty bad after a while.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I feel like if they were to try to go with that system, they wouldn't separate it. It'd probably just turn into whatever rated would be.
Yeah, which I feel like it would be like, so we have like 3 or 4 game modes, so like one space and like one basic, one rated, and then one draft. They might just call it draft or whatever, right? It just kind of becomes, or one ace and then like one draft. So it might be something that pops up with ace, or and the thing is that I know there's already people who will kind of dislike that idea too, because again, for newer players specifically is what I'm talking about here. There's a lot of people who see 550 and they can't queue for it right now.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you've seen anybody in your chat recently, but I know there's 2 people that have been
Oh yeah,
through my
or like
chat.
people in clans and stuff.
Yeah, or even like they can't queue for the 550. They can't, or even if they show up for the clan match, they can't help because they don't have at least a 500 suit for the clan ranked.
Mhm.
And that's starting to feel pretty pretty bad when they have just the 550 stuff up. I wish they would turn that for clan rank just to straight unrestricted at that point. They're going to do 550.
Just so people have a chance to even get in there. Extra body, if anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So
So we just touch back on they need to make they need to lower the requirements on some suits as regards to like player um ranking or uh player rank or whatever you call the actual like pilot ranks.
yeah,
Like it doesn't have to be
Mhm.
every suit, but they should just pick a few at each cost that are currently in the DP store and make them more accessible to newer players.
at least Lance Corporal. Like, make it to where you can buy suits at Lance Corporal. Maybe lower the cost for DP as well, please. And then it's fine. That way, everybody has a 500 or 550 that they can go out, or at least a 500 that they can go out and do something with. Because most 500s can make it in 550. Because I mean, that's how
Essentially,
most
just like
people were doing it before until they put in that new rule in rated.
essentially like a level crunch at that point. I could see that.
Yeah, I mean I don't know how they have it set up in their back end for their system in their database, but I'm guessing they could just literally switch. Okay, well here you go. You can buy the full armor level 2, which I know it's in the ticket shop, but that was the first thing that popped in my head. But like
Mhm.
for a 500 full armor, when it gets put in the DP store, I'm pretty sure they could just change it from like, probably ensign or whatever down to Lance Corporal, and boom, there you go. You got a starter type support at 500, and they need to have one for just every cost, or for every type rather, and every cost. Just lower it, because once you get up to, what was it when we went through all the cost? Was it like 400 to when we were just like, good luck. Good luck if you're new. Like at this point, you got to get sergeant or higher.
Just gotta roll more, lol.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, in the beginning it was fine because we were getting those free suits from the release, and I think that's why they're starting to do the whole GBO days stuff, just to give people another shot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Those free spins and stuff.
I mean, I'm glad they're doing that. That is definitely appreciated. But I still feel like people need a DP alternative to actually be able to, well, literally play the game at some cost. And
Mhm.
Just use tokens and get tickets. Well,
well,
the ticket
here's
shop.
the here's the best example. Yesterday, this is an example from yesterday. Like the person's option was to either play space or custom game, because they couldn't go into any of the quick or rated ground matches because they were 500 and up.
Man.
So that was, and because I literally said, wait, you should have at least whatever suit, and then I checked and I'm like, oh wow, all your options are literally just 500 plus. And it was just like, okay, well that's pretty rip. So when you have just those two costs up for ground, and it's not a space day, so good luck finding that many people to play space.
Mhm.
For
Because
real.
I know that feel. I'm like, oh yeah, there's 550 space up today. I get to Zeong Cheese. Let's get that rating up a bit.
Several minutes later, just like,
Yeah, yeah, like 30 minutes later. Okay, guys, we're going back to ground. So yeah,
But yeah,
but when
okay.
that's actually a situation, that's a possibility. That irks me a bit, to be honest.
Oh yeah, I mean, we even said at the beginning when we first talked about it, it's like we don't know what they're doing because they're alienating the new players. Like, it's unfortunate. They should definitely do something to help the new players out in that regard
Yeah,
because they're not going to want to play.
I think one of the things you were talking about too is just like increasing the amount of limited missions, or doing like limited missions for new players so that they can get some better suits over time.
Right?
Things to
Yeah.
actually
So
like work towards.
yeah,
giving
that'd be
him
cool.
some new entry level, like trainers at higher cost. Essentially, I think is what we had said the last
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, something like that. Just a DP shop requirements or something. But it's rather unfortunate.
But yeah, I was afraid of that, and now we actually have some examples of that happening, and that is a big oof. So, but back to the as far as the whole draft idea, I know with that also in mind, as far as just people not wanting to play like ace matches. I know there's a lot of people don't like to do ace match when it's up, but if that's the cost that you're best at or whatever, then it's kind of like, well, let's go in. And then ace again. I wish they would just kind of for rated and stuff even throw target shuffle in there sometimes, because target shuffle almost feels better than ace matches. And it's
I like
essentially the
target
same
shuffle a
thing.
bit more than ace personally.
Yeah, I mean it's a bit more fun because you're going in with a bunch of random people, and
Mhm.
even around like when I was doing the A plus push, even after I hit A plus and there was nothing but A pluses in the games, I would still see people like taking the kills from the ace, which the response then is literally just like everybody on your team turns and melees that dude, which is the funniest thing. So I'm
Like,
like,
what are you doing?
yeah, like
It's so funny though.
like
It
the
shouldn't be funny because that's kind of toxic, but it's actually
yeah, but
hilarious.
it's actually yeah. I'm like that's a little bit too sweaty try hard, but it is kind of funny that everybody like, what's wrong with you, man? But and then the ace will handle this or something. It gets put in
Yeah,
chat like 4 times.
that's the standard one. The ace will handle this.
Yeah,
You're finished,
Seeing
ace.
that being used more.
yeah,
Your finished ace can mean so many things. Like sometimes it's just them abandoning you. Other times it's because they're trying to go after like the enemy ace.
I didn't know that
You're
command existed until today. I was in an ace match and somebody said it. It's like, that's a command. Like, what
wait,
do you need that for? You're finished, ace. It's not like you're telling the enemy
yeah,
ace like
you can't see it.
anything.
It's like, I'll get you.
Yeah. It's like the enemy ace gets a new type flash. And they just like the
You're
enemy's pinging on
finished,
the
ace.
map. Yeah, it's like fuck for me. But Magnum, your thing might be interesting as like adding stepping on to ace matches then as well. Like keep regular rated matches, basic matches the same, but maybe have a I'm gonna call it captain's pick because that's the only system I could think of. Like I think that's Dota or something, but
yeah,
one of them calls it that. But stapling that onto ace match may be interesting.
yeah. Like having it, where it would be ace match, kind of like how mix up right now gets shuffled between, or sorry, it's alternated between like say shuffle and ace or shuffle and
Mhm.
mix up. Kind of having ace every now and then become, instead of it being an ace, then it becomes a draft every now and then. That would be cool. That would work. But if you had like too many draft and ace at the same time, where it essentially becomes the same thing, and then the question would be, is draft also ace? You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, what is the default mode for draft? Is it basic, where you could bomb the base, or is it ace, or which one are they going to go with when you actually do the draft? Because
I would assume it's whatever's considered like the standard for competitive play, because that seems very extra sweaty try hard
yeah, exactly. So
in terms of a
Ace
mode.
mode.
I think it's ace, yeah. So essentially, this would be the new ace mode. So again, with that also said, I don't think it would be the new game mode, because I completely forgot about the. By the way, guys, this is nothing ever that's never been seen before in GBO2 or GBO
Yeah.
history. So
Yeah, they're being pretty
yeah.
grandiose about it.
So if it's just a competitive mode so that we can have better tournaments, then
Got him.
Yeah.
Joe
No, it's
Biden.
tournament mode. Like, what the fuck?
Joe Biden.
They need to add spectator mode for me though for talking about other stuff. That'd be fucking awesome.
That'd be kind of cool. Be interesting
Ready.
if you could put them up on like the screens in the lobby too. I could dig
That
that.
would be cool also. But spectator would be pretty fun. It'd actually be really good for training purposes in clans, because you could watch what people are doing a bit better, and also, just from a content creation standpoint, like, would you guys want to do like community matches where you just kind of commentate on the matches? That'd be fucking
shoutcasting?
awesome. Hell
Dude.
yeah, that'd be great. Like, I
Dude.
mean, honestly, with them trying to do a competitive,
I'm
like,
surprised they haven't tried, but I think part
yeah,
of it's because they have you can kind of spectate stuff through PS4, but having it in game would be a lot more intuitive, I would think.
they do cut between different players. So do you think they pretty much are watching? They're having each player during the contest or the competition stream the gameplay, and they just like switch perspective that way,
It's
like kind of
possible.
between different streams.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Since they're doing it all essentially LAN, that would be
Mhm.
real easy to do.
Unless
Oh
they
yeah,
actually
yeah. I
have
wasn't
like
thinking
a
about that.
unless they actually have
They
a
would have.
land build.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking
Could
about
you
the like.
imagine that? I'd actually wouldn't mind getting my hands on that build. That'd be
Oh,
kind of cool.
for real though, that would be awesome. Well, I mean, it would pretty much be playing like if you're playing your practice matches.
Mhm.
It would just be playing a practice match essentially. Like you go in and you're just like, oh, everything. Where did all these frames come from? What is this? No
Oh my
lag?
god, I can't believe it.
Well, they probably got the game footage on a splitter or something as well. Like one goes into the
Yeah.
monitor and the other goes to like their recording devices too.
Mhm.
That's what I was saying. Like I wasn't thinking about
Oh yeah,
this.
like cap
It's
cards and
probably something.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably just something really basic where it's like, oh, we just have every single footage of the game going directly into our thing, so we can just hit the buttons on our stream deck and switch to all the different viewpoints whenever we need to.
Yeah, they're a little bit more professional than we are in the setup.
Yeah,
I would hope.
production quality.
Then
Yeah,
again, if
maybe.
it's just the studio doing it, it might be a little jank. I wouldn't mind Namco getting involved with some of that stuff though, like more directly and like putting their own setups towards that.
So what you're
I'd
saying
be
is
down
battle
for that.
operation at the next Evo?
Yes. Because what the other one was at the Grand Prix, right? Was it
Yeah,
Gundam Grand Prix?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah, the little Japanese tournament thing.
that's why we got the
I would say
Fiji.
we say it's little, but it's probably like the biggest thing
It's at a
for
whole
Gundam that it's
stadium,
got.
so I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's at a stadium, so it's probably can't be that small.
Gramco would be a
Although
better price than a
to be
controller.
fair, it's like it's only like one event out of like several, because they're also doing stuff for versus during that time too.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true. But but yeah, I mean that's pretty much. I kind of wanted to bring that up, kind of see if that would be maybe the new mode. But I'm kind of yeah after the comment about the never seen before, I'm just like never mind. I had a cool idea, but hopefully they do that at some point.
It seems more like an in-betweener thing. Like they
Yeah,
might have some sort of like talk about it, but it's technically a full-on mode, but it's actually just like extra rules too, because it would still be piggybacking off of one of the actual modes that we have.
It would be kind of nice for those particularly like more try hard players, and for those tryhards watching, I don't use the term try hard as like a, it's not meant to be a derogatory statement or whatever. It's not meant to
a
be an
raw
insult to players
statement.
that
A rise
basically
chicken.
stand by the meta, yeah, or anything like that. But it'd be interesting for them to add a kind of gameplay or game mode like that so that they could have somewhere to go and be able to push that meta stuff a little bit more because I mean
They can come
at
out
the
of
end of
their
the day,
custom caves.
yeah, I mean, and sometimes you got the guys that will dodge because of certain mobile suit comps, and you'll still
Yeah.
have issues with that. But with that kind of draft type system,
Mhm.
it may promote a little bit more of smarter, air quotes, smarter picking or something like that, which might be kind of what those players are looking for. It may be good for them.
Pretty
Yeah, I could
much.
see that.
Like I mean that's again why I was thinking like if they just put it over like Ace Match too, and would put it in that slot instead of, you know, well, Ace, or adding it to and taking up one of them, because I know there would be people who wouldn't want to play both Ace and that, you know, if both of those are up at the same time, then it's like hopefully there's 4 options, because otherwise if it's one of those 3 option rotations, then you got one choice. Good luck. Hope it's something you like, and that's another unfortunate thing, and not to go too much into it from where we talked last week. Like, if you're trying to push rated or something, and it's not a cost you like, and it's not a map, you gotta have like 2 to 3 things align in your favor. And once again, for new players, if it's not something that you have or are good at, or and you're wanting to actually climb, it kind of gets a little bit of a big oof there.
Yeah. Because I don't know if they actually spell out the rotation schedules throughout the day. Like if you can
For normal
actually look at
matches?
it anywhere. Yeah. Like you're talking
Not
about
for
rated
normal
and
matches.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like,
You can notice over time, and they do change sometimes, because like lately it's been crazy how many 250 and low, like 250 and 300 ace matches we've
oh
been getting.
yeah, even 200 ace matches it's been a
Mhm.
little weird. I've been like, what in the world is this?
Especially for the fact that we're not getting any new suits in those cost ranges.
That too.
So the only thing I can assume is that some way, somehow, at some point, we've actually had some newer players that have been like sticking around. Maybe there was some complaints that they didn't have enough places to go, like what we were talking about now.
I'm
And
hoping.
that was just like a very quiet response to that.
Yeah,
Because otherwise, it is odd, because all these newer suits that we're getting are like baseline 450 up.
exactly. And
And they're
it's
putting these lobbies in like late in the day.
yeah. Well, that's another thing too. I'm seeing them definitely later. Like, so I'm guessing they have had some kind of backlash to cause them to do that, some sort. But we do need some lower cost suits. Hopefully, maybe that's a sign that they're gonna do that. I'm hoping anyway. Again, good example. Ramba Raw's Zaku one. Just saying, 200 cost. That would work.
Give me the Boo-Goo.
Don't win Zaku. I need more boulders.
Also, just the half cannon. Like, there's a bunch of stuff from GBO1 that hasn't been in there yet, and like, I think we talked about this last week about how they've been really slow to actually give us another suit rotation for clan matches. If
Yeah.
they actually are reserving those suits for that.
Oh, that's something to bring up real quick. The land list, from what I know, I haven't checked today yet. Wanted to, but we'll go ahead and do that real quick. But they did not update the clan match thing with anything uh
Ah.
with
So
a
it's
with a
still like,
12th. It's only 11, yeah. Oh, nope, 12th round. There it
yep,
is.
12th round.
Okay, so there it
It was
is.
11th last night,
350
so that's
Deserted
interesting.
City. It's another simple battle.
So we do
Oh,
have a
we have a
12th,
chance.
but it is, so every 4th we got another nighttime one. 350 Deserted City 4v4. Simple, let's go.
That's right. So you're saying there's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance. No, for real though.
I
Actually, at
wonder
that
when they
point,
updated that.
I I'm really curious about that, because it definitely wasn't last night or
Yeah,
pretty
because I
early.
checked it last night too.
Like, after I finally
Yeah, I'll
went
have
to
to
sleep
update
and
that.
got up,
Yeah.
it was
If they do say anything about it, I would assume it'd be like next Tuesday or something. Like, oh, by the way, this is gonna be part of the new rotation. The 12th one.
so we have, yeah, that is a late night, right?
Yeah.
Team
Yeah, okay, no,
so.
there it is. Yeah, oh, that's right. I'm like, wait a minute, this is, but yeah, I'm being dumb. I'm looking at the English version, so it actually is it's actually in Pacific time. So I was
Pacific
like,
time.
so yeah, another 11 Eastern.
Yep. To put in perspective, it'd be an hour before the banner comes out. On whatever day it would normally be released, or whatever day the event's happening, I should say. Just to kind of like reference it. Because in
So
Japan, banners release at 2 o'clock in the afternoon for some reason.
Oh, how nice.
yes, But yeah, that's actually cool. This one with 30 people, I mean, you have a chance to field 7 different teams. So this one's actually a pretty good chance that even some smaller groups will be able to get a couple of teams out there.
Yeah, we were able to get 2 teams on the last 4v4. Or no, I think it was 5v5, but yeah, not having to do a full team of 6 definitely makes it easier, especially on the nights when or the days when you don't have to be up at like 4 anywhere from 4 to 8 in the morning just to participate. It helps
Yeah,
out.
it definitely helps. Yeah, because even in our Discord, there's a couple people like, yeah, can't make it. It's in the morning. Like, all right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Speaking of which, tomorrow morning,
Yeah.
um,
Bright and early as usual.
yep, 7 a.m. Eastern or 4 a.m. Pacific. So yeah, I'm probably gonna be going to bed pretty soon after this, um, just so I can be up for that. Oh no, I just had a bad thought. Oops.
What's up?
I I made a mistake, but not a big deal. I'll figure it out. Pretty
Uh-oh.
much, I have somebody coming to look at the internet because I called in, and they're going to be here
Oh, yeah,
tomorrow
that's
at
right.
like 9 o'clock or something. So, or 8 o'clock. So it's going to be like halfway through clan battles.
Oof.
So A, I gotta be up tomorrow morning, but B, um,
Got stuff to do.
well, no, I'll just,
Don't
I'm
worry,
pretty
truck
much, I'll
full
have
on
to,
tomorrow.
I'll run outside and talk really fast. Be like, those lines we've already checked in here. Go out there. It's gonna be some that way. Get a guy from maintenance. Blah blah blah. You don't even have to come in the house. See you. Fine. I gotta go. Bye. You know, and
Go back to your mobile suit.
then just yeet them back to their truck, and then because really they have to call out the way it works. They have to call out a technician, and then that technician has to then call somebody to go check the lines down the road, which is kind of dumb because it's like
Yeah.
we've already
Like,
had
why
3
even why
people
even
out.
send the first set of guys?
Yeah, but that's just how they have to go through their little routine. And from what they were saying is they have to find an error before they can even get somebody to check down the road. So I'm like, great, but and their new equipment sucks. But anyway, so yeah, clan match tomorrow morning for anybody. You're anybody like that wants a clan. Magnum Gaming is recruiting. Words.
Same with GS3.
And I was gonna say Gustav's got one too for GS3, capital
Team No
GS.
Pants also is recruiting. But we generally have a team in each time, so you know anybody looking, join these guys. Team Tri Pants is has already gotten in there and gotten the suit, so make sure to show Gustav and Magnum some love.
But hopefully the late night one, like I'm hoping we have 2 teams this time going for that. That'd be cool. But yeah. Um what else? I guess we got I guess I mean any other thoughts on the what we were talking about? The
It'd be interesting. I'm more so just hoping that we get more news about this mode.
yeah,
Maybe another like presser or something about it.
I think we're gonna be in the dark until somebody leaks info from the event.
Yeah, which
probably.
sucks.
Yeah.
And a big part of that's because they have that lotto that was for it. So they're making a big deal about being able to even be there.
And got this NDA. Don't tell anybody. It's like I sure won't, Bamco.
Lol.
Who did it? Oh, we got like 50 NDAs out. I have no clue. Oh crap.
Once
Hard
it
to
hits
tell.
Reddit, it's all over.
Pretty much.
Yeah. It's Tomino in the mobile suit factory. He's passing all these golden tickets so players can come play battle operation. don't sell out our secret for the everlasting Gundam. And everyone's just like literally on their phone tweeting about it as soon as they find out. It's like, oh shit.
Taking
No,
pictures
no,
of
no,
their
no, yeah,
tickets, like,
yeah,
oh.
like, don't tell anybody the secret, and just like all the phone, just the flash just happens at the exact point. Don't tell anybody. Ah!
And they all just disappear, just
Yeah.
scatter.
So I was recording this on my Twitter. I was live streaming this event. Oops.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Just start finding random videos on YouTube and Nico.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so I guess we can jump to the new suit ideas for next week. Which at this point,
I don't know anymore.
Sky's the
I'm
limit, man.
Marsai. I'm sticking to it till I'm every week. That Marsai
Yeah,
every
I
week.
mean, I did this week too, but like, goddamn, it's just so rough. Like, I had no idea this suit was even a thing, and then we just got nailed with it. Like, all right, cool, and it's amazing, but what?
Dommel for sure.
Dommel. That's the new. That's the new one.
There we go. That's it.
Dommel. That's my hot take for next week.
Oh, man.
Would you be even more for that if they made it a raid for sure?
Eh,
I mean, as long as they buff the
honestly,
Thunderbolt.
looking at it, if you want my honest opinion, like besides the fact that it's space only, if the Dommel was a raid, I probably wouldn't even roll on it. To be completely honest.
Oof.
It kind of hurt if it was space only. Ugh.
I mean, it says it in the description though, like it's a space mobile suit. But I don't know. We'd have to see. I personally didn't see me playing it. I feel like it would be similar in feel to maybe the G line light armor in some degree.
I can see
and I
that.
rarely play that suit. So I probably wouldn't even. I would probably skip the Domo banner to be completely honest. When it came out, unless it gets Demon Blade system or something.
Oh my god! Holy shit! So Berserk's still going for the GM3. Says it's guaranteed
GM3.
eventually.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Berserk's been wanting the GM3.
Double Zeta Gundam.
Here's an interesting one. Full armor 7th Gundam from MSV.
Who is that? Linaire? Yeah, I've seen like full armor 7th Gundam, full armor 7th Gundam.
Koki one who did this.
Gotcha.
So yeah, but
7th Gundam looks pretty sharp though.
this looks
Like, I'd be
pretty
down for that.
cool. I mean, I'm always a fan for any full armor stuff.
We have such a huge full armor line now.
Yeah, give me
And this looks
the
like it's taking
Slave
some
Wraith. Give me this thing.
cues from the G line too.
Yeah, right.
Dulahan.
Yeah, Dualhan's
Zeta
still in there.
Gundam. Methus. You guys are looking at
Give me the Gundam Mark III.
7th Gundam.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to pull up. And also, I think I've opened too many pages. My computer started dying for a sec.
Let's get to Zaku 3 while we're at it. Zaku 3, Silver Bullet.
Oh, Zaku 3s look legit. I'm just saying.
So Mark III is actually 0087. So like that could be a thing. But it's also like just a mix between the Zeta and the Shiki, more or less.
We're just gonna introduce the F91 next week. Blow everyone out of the water.
Just give us the Hyakushiki Kai, just for kicks.
Honestly, the F91 would be interesting to see. I think it would be tiny, like itty bitty.
I want, what is that? The heavy suit that was with it. That had those two big ass Gatling guns or cannons on its shoulders.
Oh, are you talking about the tank again, or are you talking
No,
about
not the tank. The
Cecily's?
No, the one that was rolling with the F91. It was like a GM of some sort.
I can't remember it. I have to like look.
Might have been a Jagan. I forget.
Let's see.
VSBR would be interesting though. It would have like I wonder if it had 2 fire modes.
Heavy gun?
So apparently, 7th Gundam is just an official Gundam G line.
Oh,
And
really?
he's saying that if it was actually like in the game, it could be like 400 double dodge, late type Vulcans, saber, low HP or defense to make up for the early being like a direct upgrade.
Hmm.
I could see that. I mean, the fact that we already had like the custom and it was kind of like sword and board with an instant stun once it actually got the GM2 rifle missiles, and then they followed that up with the Quell. Like they're not afraid of doing just different class variants of like certain gameplay and suit configurations.
Is it supposed to be like the accumulation of the G line project or something?
Yeah, like these are all Gundam-ish. This is just a straight up fucking Gundam.
G line Gundam.
I mean,
Yeah.
for me though, with the 7th, I'm
That
just
sounds like
looking
a
at the
50.
triple missile pod, quadruple missile pod, micro missiles, twin grenade launcher. All that's pretty much built in. Yes, please. Hyper bazooka,
Integrated.
support for dodge
long
roll.
range beam cannon, and a dodge roll. Yes, support. This first support with a dodge roll. Let's go. Right here.
Give it a dodge roll, give it a level 2 combo controller while you're at it. Fuck it. Go full horn. Give the full custom fighting pose.
That actually probably would make it better, honestly. Like,
I wouldn't mind that. Fuck it. It's a big dumb heavy suit. How the fuck are you stopping that? Just let it do it.
There we go. But yeah, that's a pretty cool one. I'm trying to figure out what you were talking about.
yeah, that might take a while. Who
Yeah,
knows? Might just do some digging later.
the big gun. I looked up the big gun, but I think that's it.
You'd probably just be better off seeing if you could like find somebody probably laid a list of
G
every
cannon.
mobile suit
Let's
in
try that.
F91,
Yeah.
and they're just like looking at pictures of those or something.
That'd probably be easier.
Yeah, but it
Ooh,
could be anything.
check out the G cannon. There you go. That sounds like it. Or it looks kind of like it. That's what I'm imagining when
It's like
you.
a big white suit.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is it.
Yeah, that's it then.
I think that weapon is an MS Saga.
Here we go. We'll pull this over to the.
And say I'm doing the match, so like couldn't
So
really look.
simplified mass production version of the F70 cannon Gundam. So yeah, it's got the.
Yeah, it's from F91.
Yeah, this is that's
This is
it.
probably good stuff.
Yeah, I would put money on it.
It was in the anime, so more than likely. It's the big white. It's a big
Quadruple
white mobile
machine
suit.
cannon.
Yeah, quadruple machine cannon. That shit.
Yep, on its shoulders. Just
That shit looks amazing.
yes, please. I intensify that barrage right now. Go.
Yeah, Gatling smashers eat your heart out.
I will say though, I still
Heavy
want the
exotic
G
ones.
line standard. Like, I want it buffed. I want its Gatling buffed, please.
They look so weird too. They're just like these little pods. They don't really even look like Gatling anything.
It's like a boom box on its shoulders. You can bring in the
They're like
bass.
little like Lego cone pieces that they just put on there.
Yeah, that's the funny part. I'm like, I have a Lego that looks like this, and it rotates too. It was on a little like spider leg thing that was green.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But ooh, okay. Now we're just
Yeah, now we're
getting
just
into
window shopping.
yeah, pretty much. I clicked on another one from F91, and I'm like, yes, missiles, and we got a thing on the arm, the heavy gun, full equipment type. Yes, yes, please.
What's that other desert Gelgoog that had that fucking cannon on its arm? Like it was a fold-out cannon that was on its arm, on top of being able to use beam weaponry, and that was actually in GBO1. Like I want that shit.
Oh, oh yeah. I
I
think you
can't remember
mentioned
the
that
name
when
of
we
it,
were
but
going through the list. Yes, that
Yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
Yes, please. But anyway, so I think we can decide not a Zoc for sure.
Definitely not.
And please be Marasai finally, so we can finally be right.
Just stop talking about that fucking suit.
Oh my gosh, no, for
That's
real
the main
though.
event mobile suit.
The joke is for real though. I'm saying the joke is well, yeah. I think it's going to be the actual like an event, the next event that we have, because I feel like we're on a hiatus from releasing Zeta suit. I feel like that's
It feels like it at this
I
point.
feel like that's actually the case where we were talking about that. I feel like we are on a hiatus now that we're just doing other stuff, and we'll come back to Zeta during what's it called? Emblem
Golden Week.
Golden Week. There we go. Or anniversary event is when we'll start seeing more Zeta suits.
They might be able to introduce transformables, so it'd be interesting.
Yeah. So I feel like that's one of the big things is they're waiting for that. But I mean, the Marasai isn't a transformable, so I'm been kind of expecting. But I'm guessing it's again going to be in an event suit. Is why they haven't released it. And then after that, they'll have the transformable stuff coming later. But ooh, I will say though, it'd be the funniest thing if the Marasai never actually made it into the game. Like
It's beam rifles a placeholder.
it's beam rifle, yeah, it's a placeholder forever. And I'm just like infinitely like wrong about the next banner suit. Because I'm challenge accepted. I'm not gonna break. I'm gonna always say the Marasai is gonna be my official answer till it comes out. The 1 week I actually am like, okay, fine, it's gonna be something, and then there it is.
Marasai. I don't
So
know. If you really want it though, isn't it better to just go ahead and say something else and get it on out?
I mean, it's not a suit that I'm probably gonna roll on, to be honest. So
Could be, you never know.
like I'm already challenge accepting this to keep going with this. I will be right one day.
I mean, just the Babu's coming out next week, so you know what can you do?
But anyway, yeah, do we want to go ahead and get some shout outs?
Seems good to me.
Okie dokie.
Cool. Let's change the thing here actually on time, which I'm trying to get better at doing. Very professional over here at keeping things going.
Only the biggest pro dogs
show.
here at Downtime and Hangar.
Absolutely.
So hopefully, I can just not have to upload it from my internet being as scuffed as it is. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But luckily, I have recorded this entire thing, so hopefully it's not somehow corrupted. That
That'll
too.
make you
If worst comes to worst, I can just edit it all and post tomorrow. But anyway, guys, who wants to go first?
All right. Gustav _13 X triple I. You can find me on Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, Besides that, we're actually doing more Gundam Battle Operation 2. Still trying to stick with that. Like we were talking about earlier, clan matches are going to be tomorrow, so we're going to be up in the morning for that. I think it's too late to actually join for that to actually count towards this one. It would have to be for the, which is a little
As long as they're
unfortunate.
not in a clan, and in your clan before the matches start, you can do it like a minute before the starts.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Yeah,
So I know people were talking about that like 24-hour period, and I was like, yeah,
yeah.
that's kind of
I've
sus.
invited people 10 minutes before a clan match, and they've participated in that battle, so
That's
they
what's up.
they won't
Okay.
have a problem.
Cool.
So
I was
yeah,
curious
act
about that.
now. It's never too late. But besides that, we're
Until
still
the match
working through.
starts.
Yeah, we're still working on Yakuza 0. We'll be making our way through that and then getting into Kiwami afterwards.
That's what's up.
Yakuza playthrough is hype, by the way. It's awesome because all the NPCs sound like Gustav, so it's like Gustav world. It's pretty fun too.
How mysterious. Yeah, I mean, games like that, I can't help but like try to read through all that stuff, especially since there's not a lot of cutscenes for it.
No, I do the same thing. All my characters probably sound the same too. But anyway, moving with the other part though, yeah.
Yes.
Man was pointing, moving right along.
I guess. You done, Gustav?
Yeah, I'm done.
He's like pointing. Okay. He's pointing over there somewhere. But I'm GamingEmblem, and I like Gustav. I stream video games on the internet. Twitch.tv/GamingEmblem. Also do stuff on our Discord, and play all sorts of fun phone games. Hit me up on Gunpla Warfare. But yeah, we have new and improved, less crappy internet. So now the stream is more consistent in regards to staying up. So we're no longer in sad panda land. I was actually able to stream the entire podcast this week. Feels good, man.
Yeah.
Let that fun. Check it out. Clan battles and all that good jazz.
Anyway, everybody's information will be linked down in the description below, as usual. But I'm EG Magnum. I stream on Twitch, got the YouTube channel and stuff. Twitter, I've been trying to use that more. Actually, get into doing the tweets and stuff, and responding and finding more time to get on other social media. Got a Discord, hop in, chat, whatnot. But yeah, as far as what I'll be doing here coming up, finishing off the challenge grind and Path of Exile. We went pretty hard in Gundam the past few days, grinding on the clan missions there. So we'll probably just be doing dailies up until the next suit comes out that I really want really bad. And then probably going to be doing some Tarkov later in the month to beginning of next month. Hopefully that doesn't just absorb me into that game too much. But I really just got lost in DayZ when I would play DayZ and stuff. And the first time I played Tarkov was at a very primitive version of it. There was like 2 maps and that was about it. And then Monster Hunter next month, they're releasing new stuff, so probably hit that again. But anyway, but yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, let us know in the comments down below what you'd like to hear us talk about. Also, like, comment, subscribe, all of that. But anyway, guys, that'll be it for this one. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace.
Later.